Swearing. All right, no swearing in the first 2 minutes.
But yeah, everything is a lot of the shows get real weird, starting off Big Chill. That'd be the crazy part. I don't get that. But I do though at the same time.
They're different, but it's cool. Some of them is cool talking about time travel, dimensional travel, quantum physics. Like they're actually teaching some stuff, man. You know,
Yeah,
some
that's
different
all they
vibes.
do.
Yeah, man. But all the shows is like that too. Like that show Supernatural with Dean and his brother that kill all the
Yeah.
demons. Every show they teach you a spell, and that's not right. All these little movies with these girls with the witches, that new one where all the witches live in the covenant, the young black witches. And every episode of that, they teach you a friggin' spell, man. It's like, what? That's not too cool, man.
Yo, this
But that's
steak
what
is
Is it a
so
real
good.
spell?
I just started
Is
off
it a
yes,
the
real
podcast.
spell though?
with the
What's up,
spells. Yeah, that
I
Charles?
want
witch's one
to
What's up,
see
that's
Infinite
on the
Consciousness?
swimming in the ocean, the infinite consciousness.
even
But I
that
want to
little
say
airbender, man, the little
I
airbender,
just
man,
want to
they
do
gonna
a
put some
tumble.
demonic symbols in that
I just want
airbender
to
too, man. Believe.
Man, I wish I did
just
Yeah.
have
raise
my
up your drink one time
I
It's
wish
only
I
for a
did
demonic
have
if
my
couple.
you're a full
molecule.
fledged
If I had
Christian.
my
Dragon
molecule
Ball Z.
machine though, that would be dope, man.
You gotta get one, man. Get it. Where
You
is it?
can't get no more. Like I let somebody use it and I never got it back. That was years ago,
Make one
so it's
yourself.
like, golly, man. I wish I still had it though, cause it was the ultimate. It was the ultimate device for
Yeah.
interdimensional travel. It was the
Ooh,
ultimate interdimensional travel device.
I know. I used to have one of them. My buddy made me a portal box too, man. It was fucking crazy. But I put some gold conductors inside there, and it was too good, man. It was like a literal portal. Like I couldn't see it where I can travel through it, but like it was a portal, man. I had to destroy
I
that.
don't even want it back, truth.
Man,
As
man.
high as they was getting off
Yeah,
of
go
it.
get it back,
Oh yeah,
man. You need it.
that's the thing. Every time he was going and taking somebody and using it, he was like, "Yeah, man, it shot him right off. It worked perfectly." I'm like, I know," and I just
Can
never
I get
got
it
it
back
back.
now? Well, I'm not done.
I'm not done. I got to take two more people. I said, man, he took everybody on the spaceship. I ain't gonna hold you. I said,
Was
golly,
it a
do your
practical
thing,
reduction
then.
or did they like kind of labor?
I don't know, bro, but I never got it back from him. Damn, that was like 3 years ago. That probably longer than that. Probably been longer than that. Say Yahweh, you
Old school
hey, hey
chunking.
Yahweh. Yeah.
Well, he ain't coming back. He's gone, bro.
El Shaddai.
Descendre.
He opened the doorway to the
What?
portal.
Dre?
Descendre.
What's up with it, Dre?
Ray in the mother. Oh,
Where you
man.
been, man? So you all the way over there in Canada with Big Chill?
Hey, bro.
He's
Yeah,
he's with
it's good.
Count Dracula over there.
But
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is my ad
Romania.
Israel. What is all
no, no,
that?
I'm back in Canada now.
Oh yeah,
Oh, you
you was
back in
overseas.
Canada?
I forgot.
Yeah,
You was doing big things.
yeah.
What you been?
I got a tea of some right now.
Let us know, man. Let us know the real, man.
Yeah, let us know.
Hey, bro. Remember how I was saying like 2 years of no nothing, no nothing, no nothing, like no bud, no acid, no
Yeah,
anything like that except
yeah.
growing. So, man, I'm gonna tell you what, the first 3 days, 4 days of smoking weed, bro, after 2 years break, crazy psychedelic, especially at night. I did it at night. First 2 to 3 days, like I'm gonna say it was like a crazy trip or whatever, but it was just like a really nice, intense thing, like kind of vibey or whatever. Like I made some good music. I was chilling, a little bit of paranoia here and there, but it was really, really good. Like if you take a break for a long time. Um, but it doesn't beat the natural high I got when I was in Romania. When I got an actual, because I took an LSD, I took in mushrooms before, so I know what it feels like. I got an actual high, clean, 3 months in from eating chicken that was freshly butchered in front of me that day. So I think maybe some hormones in the chicken was somewhere in the meat or something. The chicken was released a certain way, but I was absolutely fucking high the whole night on some psychedelic shit
He said
from
off the
eating chicken.
chicken. You know what's crazy though? I like you get that over time. What's up, Awoken? When you get that over time from not doing psychedelics or like you just get that natural high, bro. It'd be dope. It'd be dope, but it still I don't think it still don't beat the psychedelic experience. But even when you stop smoking weed for those days and you go back, like, bro, I was so paranoid. Dre, I was so paranoid, bro. I was looking out the window. I knew they was coming for me. I didn't know who was coming though, but at the same time, I knew they was coming. So it was like kind of trippy, man. But it felt good though. It felt good, and like I haven't been doing nothing. I've been like dummy sober. Like I've been off of everything, so I know the feeling. The feeling is mutual, okay. But don't think I ain't finna dive back in. I wanted to go on Saturday tomorrow, but I didn't know I was gonna have to work tomorrow, and I thought I was gonna be off today, tomorrow, and Sunday. For Easter. I think what's the name is back in the chat. But yeah, I don't know, y'all. I was going. It's a couple videos, man. I got another video I gotta upload. Like, I half the time, bro. When I come in, when I come do a live, sometimes I don't even know what I'm gonna talk about. I just kind of let it flow. I kind of just let it flow because I think I don't like to get into too many things because belief systems is out of hand these days, bro. It's just what the things we believe is just so wild. It got me to where I don't want to believe anything no more. Okay, that's it. He said, "Who? Just a messenger." Hey, I'm serious. I'm serious because people take it too far. They take it too far, and you like I even remember I was telling you about the lady that ate the chips off the ground and was drinking out the garbage can, Master Creator.
Yeah.
I recorded her, right? I recorded her so the next time somebody come to me and say Jesus loves you, I'm gonna be like, Jesus need to love her. I'm not saying, that Jesus don't love everybody, but it's some people that need that love right there. There's some people out there that really need that love. Like people be attacking people that they feel like don't believe in what they believe, and then you try to turn around and save those people. No, it's people out there that really need saving. How come you're not out there saving those people? Those are the ones that need it. Like people like me and other people that are cool, they like we don't need it. Like Jesus didn't go to the ones that didn't need him. He went to the one that needed him. And it wasn't the people that was doing okay. It wasn't the people that was doing all right. It was the ones that actually needed him, that couldn't see, that was blind, that was homeless, that was robbers, that was thieves. That's who needed him. Like those the people that the ones you need to be out there helping. You need to be out there helping those type of people. Like trying to help somebody that seems like they're sane is not like all you're doing is trying to prove something to yourself. You can't, and that's what's crazy about it because everybody, I told like we constantly trying to prove something to ourselves. We constantly trying to validate ourselves in our beliefs and what we believe. And it's like, if I believe it, you should believe it too. And it's like, no, that's not how it works. Like even with respect. Like everybody don't even have to respect you. Like it's the weirdest thing, bro. You start learning as you go, because then once you start thinking that everybody has to respect you, now you didn't put yourself in a position to where when somebody doesn't respect you, you're gonna get an attitude. When somebody don't believe you, you're gonna get an attitude, and you're gonna have to argue about trying to make yourself right. So now you're not even proving it to them. You're trying to prove it to your damn self. Like, which is you are for real. That's what it seems like everybody's trying to do. They trying to prove it to themselves. You know, Jesus saves. This guy saves. This. Well, hold on. Why is he saving you, but he's not saving them people out there living on the street?
Because they didn't pray that morning or that night before.
I hope that's not what it is. I hope that's not what it is, bro. You know, and it's like I think it's to the point to where we gotta actually start helping each other instead of trying to push our beliefs on everybody and each other. You know, this is me pushing my belief on y'all now.
That's what Jesus tells you, man. Help love thy neighbor.
Yeah, you have to. Like even your enemies.
Oh.
Like you got and I think that's that it is hard though. You know, for some people to love everybody, it's hard, bro. Especially when they don't see things the way you see it. You know, you feel like you feel like your belief being attacked, bro. People getting crazy. You feel me? And then
Animalistic survival.
you know what? You know what else I hate? Look, this is what I don't like. I don't like. Okay, why? You got these people that have this certain belief system, and then they come and they go, "Well, I don't like that right there because that is what do they call it? That's dealing with spirits, or that's dealing with this evil thing that you didn't made up in your head. That's jinn or whatever. You feel me? That you didn't made up in your head or something. And now you don't want to watch it or you don't want to deal with those people because of that. And it's like, bro, like come on. Oh, it's magic. That's what they say. They say it's magic. You feel me?
Magic.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't like magic. I don't watch stuff that got something to do with magic. I don't deal with people that deal with magic. But then, if you praying to a spirit, right, to do something or to make things, but ain't that the same thing? Ain't that magic? Like, what type of magic is that? To me,
It's all manifestation.
It's all manifestation.
It's like, isn't that the whole story? It's like God comes down from the sky and Rastafies the world on. But it's like everything's coming down from the heavens, which is the mind, the sky, down and settling on the earth and accumulating at the base of the spine. And then it rises back up. And it's like it starts in the mind, plant the seed, and then it fruits. It rises up back to the heavens, manifested. It's like, so it's all coming from the mind. It's also magic.
It's all
pretty magical.
It's pretty magical.
We're putting stuff together, like even art, especially stuff that they're doing on the fly, like playing instruments, street art.
I think even
that's
if,
crazy,
if
magic.
Like if you praying for somebody, like why wouldn't that be magic?
Because that's what the universe is doing. The universe is making a universe. They say the universe is in every being.
You going in and out, Theo.
Come back.
And so everybody's just rolling.
You was going in and out. We didn't even hear you.
You gotta correct him, Big Chill. If it's Jesus Christ, it ain't magic. You gotta let him know.
That's right.
Let him know, Big Chill. This is where you come in at.
I'm sorry, I can't save you. You're on your own voyage.
It's like every being in the universe is like an eye, and behind every eye is the entire universe. And it's all rippling, like reflecting. It's like we don't even have an original one.
Yeah.
It's just all rippling so much.
I would also say every hard drive has a limit. You can't save everything.
Nah.
Saving implies space. Space implies somewhere. If it's limitless space, then whatever's in there can get lost.
And it's wild because, like, Dre, it seems like we can get lost in anything as people. Like, we can get lost.
That's kind of what it is. Diving into something. It's like we fall into it, parachuting over it. We just keep falling towards it.
Yeah, keep falling.
Gravitate around it.
I said, I still believe everything is like spirit. Like you learn a lot from psychedelics, and I'm gonna tell you, right? You learn a lot that you don't want to fucking know. That's what it is.
It's like we think we're body and spirit, but really we're just spirit coming down as body.
You learn
having a body or whatever.
And I think that's Theo. I think that's why a lot of I'm gonna just say religious people are scared of psychedelics because it tells you that your shit is a lie. That okay, everything that you thought to be so is not that.
But I
Some
think it's
people have
like weird because
psychedelic
it doesn't
experiences, and
necessarily
then
say
they
it's a lie or
finally
truth.
psychedelic's true.
Hey,
It's
I
like I think
gotta.
they feel kind of overwhelmed because they're like, "Fuck, I got to do the math myself." They're like, "Nah." They look
It
to
shows
someone
it's
else
the
to do
truth,
that.
man.
I got a,
Yeah.
I got a necessary thing, like not a necessary, but I got a question about like the necessary things that you guys need to have in place prior to you engaging in, let's say, like mycelial. Like, what do you actually have to have in place? Like, just like your security thing. Like, okay, some people, okay, I gotta have that blanket. Some people
Yeah.
is like, okay, I gotta have taken a shit, been fasted for at least a day or two, showered, clean, brush my teeth, all that. They want to be essentially as if they were going somewhere, case whatever.
Like
Some
permission
people,
slips
yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
just
What makes
prep.
you comfortable and in the zone to get there? Like, some people have to have a mirror. I'm not
Yeah.
playing. Uh, I've had a period of that too. Um, some people have to have some weed at hand. Some people don't need weed at
Psychoman,
hand.
not my
You know what I
son.
mean? So like, what is like you guys is like thing?
I don't have a thing no more. I used to do that. And I call it the pillow method. Like when you need all those different things in order to dive in. Like I had got up to the point to where I didn't need that. Like I can dive in at my worst times in my life and still have a beautiful experience. I can see the ugliest stuff on my experience and not be scared because I already know, I got to that point of knowing that I'm the one that's making it scary despite what's happening. I'm calling it a scary adventure. Like, I always said, like, how your girl be scared of spiders, but you not. She call you in there to come kill this spider that's like, she's 100 times bigger than. But she be like, oh, a spider. It's the same like that. So it's like I got to the point to where I didn't need to have no pillow and no blanket and make myself comfortable and all that stuff because my mind state was the one thing that was comfortable. So it didn't matter where I was, I could dive in. It didn't matter. I can be at the junkyard and dive in at the junkyard. I could be
I
at the
let
morgue and dive in at the morgue. You feel me?
let me ask you, you do you have you ever, or do you get these ideas sometimes where you're like, hey, yo, if it's ever an apocalypse, if it's ever a portal, if it's ever something, man, I'm grabbing a little bit of something with me, at least some green, a couple of mycelias, but at least in an apocalypse, like I'm taking that shit live. If I'm gonna survive, I might have a higher chance while I have synesthesia going on or something like that.
Nah, I haven't played in the apocalypse level of everything happening. Like you gotta understand, like like I done been in prison, and riots then jumped off. So it was like,
Yeah,
it's some things you just never prepare for, but you prepared for. Like you get what I'm saying? Like you prepared, but you not prepared. But if the situation happens, you know what to do. But I'm not gonna prepare myself
It's
for
like there's
something
so
that
many systems in place. Like you're being receptive, like that Tai Chi,
yeah.
so that you're never ready. So that once you need to be ready, or you always stay ready, but then you're always still on the lookout or
Yeah.
receptive.
Yeah. So it's like you're gonna pack your apocalypse bag and then the apocalypse never come and then what? Like when you come to your
But
deathbed,
true,
you're
if
gonna
you
be like, hey,
This
if you
that's for
want
you now.
guy, man,
see, I
like a
get
deep
that.
to,
bag.
I get that perspective, but it wasn't really the question, but that's a good answer. But my question was like, if the apocalypse ever pops off, would you like take some shrooms or like smoke up as you know that it's happening?
Probably. Like I smoke up. I'm gonna get. I probably smoke one. I ain't smoked it so long. I'll be like, man, I need something. I gotta smoke something, do something. Nah, I don't know. I think I was
so if
slang,
you want to
bro.
go junkyard diving again, true, we should just go to do that. We don't need any weed, just junk and shrooms.
Junk and shrooms.
'Cause you
That's
said you
it.
could dive in at the junkyard, right?
Yeah.
I can't be doing that shit, especially at night, man. When I was a kid, I seen the movie
There's some dogs
13,
over there.
13 Ghosts. That junkyard scene when them invisible ghosts just like shred through people at the junkyard. That shit like kind of traumatized me
You're
as a
talking
kid.
about the
That's
movie
one of my
13
favorite.
Ghosts, where they at the
That's one of my
junkyard.
favorite new age horror movies, man. 13 Ghosts. That's with Raw Digger.
Yeah.
She's from the Football
Raw
Squad.
Digger.
She's a rapper.
Raw
That's
Digger.
one of my favorite movies. The new horror movies. I like that. Wicked.
Yeah, that one was fucked up. It was like a Slipknot music video.
That's like sometimes that's how experience be like 13 ghosts coming at you, and it's like, can you handle that? Can you handle it or not, Drake?
The way the director did it, when you dream of ghosts and ghosts visit you in your dreams, they're not like solid characters in your dreams. They come in like flashes, and that's how motivated the director in that film of how spirits, and some people see spirits like that in real life, but when they visit you in your dream, they come, you see them, they're like flashes, like how the 13 ghosts would be there, disappear.
Yeah.
But Buddy had the
I was going through a fractal though.
You could see the ghosts. That was cool.
Okay, but chill.
One time I was going through like a lucid dream experience, and I saw like I ended up in this little town. It was nighttime. I was going around. All these blue, gray ghosts, see through. They're just roaming around. Oh.
I never did understand the fact that, okay, when people get like haunted by ghosts, or their bodies get taken over by spirits, why they always do a gang of weird stuff, like be
Bro,
screaming,
I
yelling,
don't think it's
kicking,
spirits,
like,
man. I'm gonna tell you absolutely what I think it is. I'm gonna tell you absolutely what I think it is. Like from research, from anecdotal stuff, from stuff like that a doctor friend that I got sent me. Bro, it is not ghosts. It is not ghosts. There might be such a thing as ghosts that inhabit areas, yes. They do not get into people because that's impossible. What happens is that the parasites interact with whatever is etherically around the person because of your aura. It gets affected by whatever is interacting with it because it's electricity. The parasites inside of you are the mediums. The parasites will release pheromones. The parasites will interact with the nervous system, pull on strings, affect muscles, affect areas connected to areas in the brain because they get in the brain as well. They will trigger based on area in the brain, and in some cases, in areas in the brain directly, they will go ahead and trigger effects that will make you susceptible to behave certain different ways, to
yeah,
lash out, to have
yeah,
a personality disorder. There's cases where parasites in the brain eventually have caused the brain to create like some kind of like mini tumor and a dissociated personality, like fully.
I'm I'm glad
Yeah,
you
it could be
explained
that.
it. I'm
It could
glad
be
you
that, but somebody could be acting too.
Yeah, that too. But I'm like glad you explained it like that, because I'm going. That's what I'll be saying. I said back in the
Oh,
days when we didn't have the technology and the understanding that we have now, it was cool to believe that because that's what we thought it was. But now with science and technology, we know the real reasons why these things happen.
Yeah, but here's the irony. The irony of the fact is that the ghosts themselves could actually be things in our realm because I checked, bro. I was like fucking gone for 2 years. I was like in the middle of nowhere. I watched a lot of podcasts. I watched a lot of content. I read a lot of books. Okay, I listened to a lot of audiobooks. Um, these things that happen in houses in certain areas loaded with a lot of crime, with a lot of like things like those tunnels or whatever, like in the anime, bro, you got to check out that anime that's like
Yeah,
Dan
Dan.
or
Yeah, I
whatever.
watched that.
Bro, I think it like the ghost in that tunnel, that's a thing. Like it gets loaded with that energy in there. It attracts certain type of quality of people, of events. The thing of what it does based on what its historicity is and what it maintains is that it increases the probability of a random person or you or whatever who shouldn't be there to incur some kind of issue in the environment from the environment being that kind of magnet for that event in the first place because it's allowed to be left as a magnet like that. So every type of
Yeah,
element of crime,
but
of
like
like possibility of you being in danger could occur there.
it's crazy,
That's
right? Because like before you go into one of these ghostly places, or you explain that that's what that place is before you get there, do you already have an interpretation of what that place is before you get there? Do you? So because we can create our own ghosts.
Oh, like a placebo. Like, are you being affected by your own idea of
Yes,
the fact that you're being
yes.
affected?
And then that's when your
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
imagination comes into play, and like something can fall over there, and that'll be the ghost, and it won't
I
even have
mean,
nothing to do with like no spirit or anything like that.
I'm just saying it's the hypothetical of the fact that we're made of electricity, and this is technically like a very like weird multi-texturized layer hologram, where it's like as if you took strings, inserted one into the other like a quilted, like I don't know, cloth or something, and this is like a hologram of like points going in and out of each other, and then like whatever we are is like puppeteering this, and there's remnants. Like when you're gone and you load an area with something, like say you got murdered in an area, because it's always associated to a murder, bro. Like think about it. When have you seen a ghost not be associated to a graveyard or a murder? It's a
I know,
ghost.
I
but
It's
think it's
dead.
kind of
have
Whether
you?
quantum
it's that
too, just as
person,
much as it's associated with places and things. Because it's like if you're tripping, you
yeah.
can look at a thing and dive into it. So I
Mm,
think it's like what they call this realm is made up of every other infinite quantum realm, and it's flickering in and out.
ex-
We see it as
exactly.
like a moving
I
picture,
want to hear
but
what
it
the
has
ghost has
every
to say.
realm in it
I was
rippling.
hoping
Check
to
out
be
Imagine,
my
pro.
boy.
imagine all the
Check out
explanations
my boy
possible to why
Cody.
a ghost would
Cody
like
But
ITC.
what
He
can't?
just released.
But
He just
name.
released a video, man. He talks to Jack Ruby yesterday. Cody ITC, man, a Canadian paranormal investigator. He just talked to Jack Ruby. I'm not going to say nothing, but the shit that Jack has to say is pretty
Man,
heavy.
we've
Name
Pretty
been
heavy.
one
promoting him
thing.
for years
Name one
already,
thing the
man.
mind can't create though.
for real. The mind
What?
will create everything.
Like name one thing. Like have you seen some of the artwork that people do from just the mind?
Hey, bro, but if the mind can make anything, then it absolutely exists somewhere and doesn't exist somewhere,
Yeah,
but it
see,
also like has variables of whatever it exists.
Yeah,
Like
and
if
I
you could imagine right now some kind of weird like fucking cow lizard, and then you create that cow lizard, every variation of that cow lizard is possible now with
yeah, every
feathers, with
variation.
horns, with,
And
like a Pokemon type thing.
you know
Everything possible with
you know
that.
what's crazy, Dre? Like when I was driving the bus the other day, right? I was looking out the I was looking at the mirror. I was checking my mirror so I can get over in my left hand lane, right? In my mirror, all I seen was the store that was on the right hand side, right? That's all I could see, bro. It was crazy. And then as I went further, that reflection disappeared and then I could see the street. And I was going, damn, like that's kind of how reality is. It's like a reality overlaid over a reality. So like you like we're just looking at this one. We only can see this one, but it's another one that's right there, and another one, like several of them that's sitting right on top of each other, and we like almost kind of stuck in this one right here to where we can't see the other ones, to where we have visuals and we the ghosts and the different things, we have those different things of the reality, but we still are in this one right here, even though we see reflections or pieces of the other ones. But I
You know what's
said it
crazy,
was trippy
bro?
because that was the best way that I could see it, see the realities laid on top of each other. Because that reflection of that mirror was of that store was laid right over the top of the mirror because it was nighttime and the lights was on and you couldn't even see the street, bro. You couldn't even see what was really showing in the mirror. All you could see was the reflection of this other thing.
Yo, check this out. Every possibility of reality would be, speculatively, if we were to think about it, every possibility of reality would be a line or a wave, but it would be like an undulation, kind of like the undulations on like a chip, like those undulated chips, or the uh, uh, a lasagna or something like the waves or whatever on the
Yeah.
sides. So if you stack them, it starts to make a vesica, kind of like
Mother.
the vesica symbol if you were to stack like two DNA helixes. If you were
Uh,
to stack them continuously, eventually you would have absolutely no gaps to fill, and it would be pure as like a pure element that has no gaps in between. It's just is the actual light itself, or like the matter itself of what it is, if it did that.
yeah. Yeah,
This
that's
whole thing
crazy.
we're in is probably that,
I
either at
always
the edges or the center.
and it's wild because I always make jokes. I'll be talking shit like, a lot of things don't exist, but when it comes to this reality, I think those overlayments of the other realities, they're there, but half the time you can't show them to everybody. It's like, when you have a mushroom trip, like you can come out and you can explain it and you can say it, but there's no way that you can show them like this is what I seen. So it's like almost like you're telling a story and you can't even give the whole story of the experience.
And sometimes they're not even in that sensitive emotional state to go deep and be like, hear you in a real way, like imagining they were actually you. They're thinking of it like, yeah, it's just another little story. Yeah, I'm back to
Yeah.
this newspaper.
You try
I'm
to tell
busy.
them, and they're like, "Yo, like what I told you. Remember what I told you?" And they're like, "No, you never told me nothing." I'm like, "What? I already told you everything, but you never told them nothing. You're just talking with your mind, but they're in the world where you got to talk with words."
Yeah. Yeah,
That's what
see, that's another
ministry.
thing that I hate, Big Chill, is when your realities get overlaid. And in this reality, you told them that shit. For a fact.
You
It's
didn't tell
almost
me
like the
nothing.
Mandela effect or something, man. Like but then it's like they like, nah, I don't remember that. That didn't even happen. Like, have you
I
ever
looked at you, and then you blinked. You told me you understood. You looked at me, but you didn't say nothing to me. What do you mean, bro? I told you
no.
everything.
Have you
You were
ever
there.
Big Chill, have you ever had talks with your siblings about certain stuff y'all did when you was little and you like, okay, yeah, remember, and I ran in there and I grabbed the soda and I opened it and it just burst out because it was this night. It made me throw up, and then they be like, nah, that was me that did that. That was me. That happened to me. Like, you was watching me when I did it.
Yo,
And you
I
like,
had to do that
nah,
to
that
some
was
people.
me. I
Yeah,
knew it
man.
was me.
Yo, bro, this guy that left our hood from a long time, I linked up with him and in the back of his Jeep, he's got a girl there. Me and my next brethren's there. And this guy's telling stories of the hood and all the shit that happened to people, me and other people, but he embraced them as his own stories.
Yeah.
Well, that shit didn't work out, man. He got to slap something hard, bro. I told my brethren, this your boy. Bro, he's telling other people's stories, let it slide. But then when he's telling a story that's like
Mind
a
you of
monster,
anybody?
I'm like, no, that's not right. That shit can't go on, man. But yeah, some people do. I know what you're saying, True. I hear you exactly. But what you're talking about is sometimes people remember things different,
Vesca
different
pieces.
versions.
What's the
You know,
Vesca? Dre, what's the Vesca pieces?
what's the Vesca pieces, man?
The Vesica Pisces
Oh, I just
is
need
Vesica
some
like
Pisces.
sparkling.
Oh, that's what they say.
What was
you know
that,
the
man?
Pisces, like the Jesus fish or whatever,
Vesica Pisces.
the helix that turns into like
The
the
Oh,
ideal.
okay.
helix.
Okay. Okay. No, you know what's crazy? I'm about to show y'all this right now. That's what you see. This is what I see a lot on psychedelics. Right here. I see these crazy lines like this. And then they kind of just start changing and forming into different things. The Vesica Pisces. Oh shit. Yeah, that is wild, bro. That's some of the weird shit you see though, Dre. But what is it basically? Sacred geometry.
Wait, wait. But those
Oh,
lines
that's
just when
Terrence
I
Howard.
sleep,
You said they what?
just when I be seeing those lines just when I go to sleep. But they're not blue though. They're not blue. They're more like gray, black. They're like the color of like it's just another shade of the darkness.
Yeah.
But I be seeing it, and I know that when I see those, I know that I'm close to like dream space. I'm like, oh, okay, so like I'm close to like where I can go ahead and you know kind of be in a different reality or something like that.
That shit is weird though, don't you think, Regal? Cause like I get that like when I'm going to sleep now, I start getting visuals like when my body as soon as my body get tired, like it know it's sleepy, I start having, I forgot what they call it because I was looking it up, but I start having visions of I could see all my dreams first of all, and then I start having visions of the dream I'm about to have before I go into it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, that's crazy. But yeah, I mean, I know it's something that's outside of me when it surprises me what I'm seeing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because some stuff you can imagine it, and then you're like, oh, I'm imagining a red fire hydrant, and that's why I saw a red fire hydrant.
This is correlated with
But
the golden ratio.
but I had this one where I was looking inside of like a storage unit.
Golden ratio.
Oh no, I was in an apartment. I was like in this like apartment, and I was just like, oh, why am I in this apartment? Like this is not cool. And then when I opened the door, which I didn't even open the door kind of opened on its own, but I was like floating, so it didn't matter. Like it wasn't like creepy. But when the door opened, bro, the sunlight that was coming outside the door, I was like, wow, that's freaking nice. Like that looks so, man. It almost not really, but it kind of almost reminded me of my trip to my DMT trip to the Lava Land, the Sun World,
Yeah.
where it was like that gold orange glow. It was just like, wow.
Like you saying gold while I'm showing a gold flower on YouTube. Stop it. You watching YouTube or something?
No, are you serious?
Yeah.
That's
So show the golden ratio, the Fibonacci sequence, the Fibonacci. Like this is what I started learning. Like on a lot of my dives is that the Fibonacci, like everything goes in this weird pattern, and everything is made out of the same pattern. Like not just everything living, but like our thoughts also follow the same pattern, follow this same pattern.
Yeah.
Which is like the weirdest thing. And oh wow, but it makes sense, bro. Cause like when you dive in, right? You know how when you see the darkness, right? And like the darkness starts to kind of shape and take form and make all these different forms, and it just be the darkness. And I always be feeling like that's the mind. Like I think me and Ozo used to call it the primordial ooze. Like that's the mind. And with the mind can take on any form. The mind can be any form. It can create any form. It can create anything. It can put you anywhere. Like when you daydream and like you sitting and you watching something and you just go into another place, like period, and you're somewhere else walking or doing something before somebody snaps you out of it and go, hey, Regal. You feel me? And they snap you up out of it, and you come back, and you like, damn, like I was like really gone at that little moment right there.
Yeah, I would correlate also the fact that the reason why that spiral even looks nice, why it looks like it should look like that, why it looks like it makes sense, is because there's the logic of a box present, which is the mind that is boxing it in those tiny little boxes, and it's
Yeah.
making it go bigger boxes, because it has to have some kind of a quality of it makes sense, it's order. This is how it is. Because even as chaotic as nature is, it's still disposed in an orderful way. Because even chaos has order, because it's the order of chaos.
I was thinking about dang, it was something you said earlier. I forgot.
Hey, you know what blew me away though after my DMT trip was when I went home and I played the PlayStation. Bro, when you know the introduction of a PlayStation when you just turn it on and it's like,
Yeah.
and then it starts showing like the stars and it's like some craziness.
Yeah.
Bro, I was like tripping, but I was like, fuck you. I was like, Sony and them motherfuckers, they know that's the DMT realm. Fuck you. Oh man.
Yeah, it'll take you. Hey,
Because I was like,
that's
yeah.
what I was thinking. Dre, is when you was talking about the waves. Like I had experiences where I looked at life like that, like as if a rock dropped in the water and it created that wave that kind of just started going out. You feel me? And even though it's like that wave made hella ripples, but all those ripples was the same wave. Like, it's kind of weird. Like how the Fibonacci, how this starts at that little point, and then as it goes out, it kind of grows and gets bigger as it hits that circle. It starts from that little tiny thing right there, and then it just kind of grows in that circle and grows out and gets bigger. Like it, man, and it's wild because if you really look at it, right, even like these little art pieces right here, and you think of how we think, this is how we think. This is how our thoughts go. They start off as something small and they become something huge, especially depending on, who helps take over those thoughts, and they start to spread, but they become hella huge. You feel me? To where they kind of take over and consume this little part right here. That shit is crazy, bro.
Hey, you know what? Have you guys ever, bro? Have you guys ever dreamt that you're in hell? But it's not like a scary hell. It's just it's like a waiting room hell, kind of. Like, I don't even know if it's waiting room, but like, there's this place that I be going to sometimes, bro. That like, I just know it's like kind of hell. Like, I know it sounds weird, but it's not like scary. Like, oh, it feels so bad. It's more like hell, like being in an artificial jail.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because yeah,
I don't know
go
because
ahead.
I don't think because I don't look at hell as being what I used to think it was.
That's what
You
I'm
know,
saying, though. That's exactly what I'm saying.
but you
It's not
call it
hell
that
like
because it
the way
looks
the
scary.
Bible talks about it. No, it
Yes,
don't
it
even look
does.
scary. It just feels like the place that I'm talking about. That I'm like, dude, I'm pretty sure I'm in like a hell. Is that it's not that it feels scary in there or looks scary. It's that it's a spot that I know. I'm like, man, I'm just like wasting time in here. Like this ain't even where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, like a
Like,
waiting room or some shit.
but well, no, but not the wait because the waiting room is different too. It's more like where it's kind of like where the rejected like one of those space movies like Wally.
Yeah,
Remember Wally, right?
yeah,
Yeah, it's like a
Remember
big
how Wally
warehouse
was
kind
stuck
of
on a
weird.
planet? Well,
Uh,
no, it's not even like per se like a. It's not like a specific place. Like it's got to be a warehouse or like a theme park. It's more like hey, you're in like remember Wally, right? Remember how he was left in like this like world that was just kind of like yeah, there's some shit there. There's some shit that's alive and talking, but it's pretty funky out there. That's
yeah,
what I'm talking about. Like
yeah. Wally was on that
that's
one planet, but he was on
yes,
Earth by himself down there.
What about the
that's
back
what I'm
rooms, man?
No,
You ever
Theo.
dream trip on the back rooms? Those fucking like office hallways. They're on the internet now, back rooms. But they say people's dreamed and tripped about those for years. The back rooms. I've been there.
yeah, but
The hallway.
the back rooms
Hallway.
you can chill in the back rooms if you just want to meditate by yourself.
I think the
Like
scary.
I mean I used to do that as a kid. I used to just be like, man, I want to be in this nice cool little spot.
Hey
One
Theo,
of my notes.
Theo.
There's
I
always
I
chasing in the
hate to
back rooms. You need
I
to
hate
feel
to
it.
laugh
You're always
about it.
running.
I hate to laugh about it, but Theo, you know what's the scariest thing to me on the psychedelic experience is when you become one with everything.
yeah,
That is the scariest thing to me because
bro.
it feels like it's only
At
you
a
and you
fast pace
created
too.
everything.
When
And
he,
it's like,
yeah,
what the fuck? Like, stop
yeah.
playing. Stop
Oh.
playing with me. It's like, yeah, you did this. You playing this game on
Every
yourself.
day, true
And it's
to
like,
this day.
no.
No, man. You got to blast off to the next level where you just give it no control. It ain't you, man.
No, no,
DMT ain't you.
you look, bro, you
Mushroom,
give in. That's the
even
thing.
acid.
When you fully
Acid,
give in,
acid can take you to other realms.
Big Chill, when you fully give in and you become one with everything, you have a totally different understanding about everything. I'm not saying that
Next level.
everything don't exist
Next level.
outside of you or nothing like
Next
that,
level.
but it feels like everything that
Yeah,
you
but
see,
there's more to it.
you
There's next levels, man.
you
People are doing
may
peyote and psychedelics and actually ship shaping into animals and stuff. We can't do that shit. How come they can and we can't?
well
But
they
it's through the
ain't.
psychedelic and the
I'm just
magic
saying
plants that.
when you become one with everything, you see and really understand how you created everything, but you can't
Yeah, but that's
explain
just
it.
everything
It's
here, man. When it takes
bro,
you to other realms, you go beyond that thought, man. You go
when
beyond
you
that thought,
go
man. That's just
okay,
this realm.
remember
When you go to, and you see the 9 architects, and even the blue
yeah,
lady. That
remember
whole
that's what I was saying. Remember I
don't
was
touch
trying to
that
show
bitch,
the
man. Don't
video.
touch that
I
bitch.
was trying to show the video of the guy that went in front of the 9 entities and they were and it was a whole nother realm. He in front of these entities and they said, yeah, you always do this. You did
They're
this.
not. Yeah, they're not you though. They're other entities, man.
But
That's
this
what I'm
is what I'm
saying.
saying. But
It's
why would
important.
those entities tell you that you created this and you made this and this is something that you do?
Yeah, the world that you're in is yours. You created it. But you didn't make the 9. You never made the 9. You didn't make the blue lady. They exist in another realm, man.
I don't
That's
know.
not you, man.
But
You
but
control the trip and all your reality, the
but that's
VR
the
room. Yeah,
thing
you
though.
control the
See,
VR.
that's the
But
thing, right?
sometimes
When you
DMT
fully
takes you to another realm.
like
What
it,
about the aliens? People see the aliens watching your DMT trip, and now people are communicating
yeah,
with the aliens.
yeah,
The aliens are watching you
yeah. But when
in
you
your
talk to
psychedelic
them,
trip.
Once you get to the fractally level of lucidity, no matter what realm or dimension you're in, everything is you. And you
everything,
created everything.
and that's
And
the
Nah,
always
scary
man.
will,
part.
always has been.
No,
Every known
man. It's like
reality,
fucking with the
every
Ouija
possible
board,
reality
man.
is
When you
coming
fuck
out
with
of
the
the
Ouija
air.
board, you open up a
Every
portal.
single,
When you do
any
psychedelics, you open
dimensional
up a
reality
portal.
coming
You are
directly
not
out
in
of thin
control.
air.
You are
But
not
I'm
in
saying beyond
control.
any
You're
portal.
opening up
When
a
I'm
you
saying
portal
like
to other
within
realms.
every molecule. Like
when you
Kalindi talks about
One
like
thing is
everything
demonic.
is a technology. So
yeah,
if there's a
It's not
picture on the
demonic
wall,
because
anything you look
psychedelic
at is a
is high
technology.
as a
frequency. You're going high,
technology.
So
not
that
there.
means every single
If it was
being,
low
every single
frequency, then
object,
you see demons.
When you
But it's
get a
high frequency.
when you get a
Nah,
job at
man.
Walmart,
DMT
you
is
open up a
traveling.
portal. When you get
Nah, man.
every single
DMT is never
object and
done
every
nothing.
single molecule in the ether
Trust
would
me.
be a portal.
DMT is
It's all a black
everything,
hole, white hole.
yeah,
So if
DMT is
that's true,
everything.
then once you get through it,
next.
beyond anything getting you through, it's
Yeah,
once
man.
you're through, it's through, and it reaches a
Bigger
point.
than you, man. It's bigger than
But
you.
because
Bigger
every
than
time
you.
we're
That's the
here,
ego
you're here
talking.
and now.
You
It's
gotta
not.
The
escape
only
that.
place you're not even, I'm not even talking, brother.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know. That's what
I'm
I'm
not
saying. But
talking.
that's the ego
it
talking.
it
You
seems
gotta
like
escape.
that, but that's another idea. All these are just ideas. Either way we look
Yeah,
at it. So
just sleep.
you're gonna have your ideas, and your ideas gonna keep you stuck in your dimension.
That's what I'm saying. That's the thing with psychedelics. It's an individual.
And the
I'm not
Everybody's
thing
saying you're
is,
individual.
wrong. I'll have everyone's
All right.
ideas. Chill. We
the
can have
crazy
your
thing
ideas too. I'm just having my ideas right
is
now, or
can you
another
Oh
person's
yeah,
step?
yeah.
idea.
I
Well,
be
I'm not
feeling
talking about
like,
ideas.
can we step outside of our, can you step outside of
Oh,
yourself sometimes? And that's the
True.
thing,
Why?
because you
Because I'm
trapped
talking about
yourself.
ideas as
True.
in
Why your mic
snapshots
always
of
so quiet on
reality,
YouTube?
angles and snapshots.
What's up, Cryo? Eric B?
What's good, Joe?
Oh,
Big crowd.
same
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, true.
Cry
Your mic is really quiet on your YouTube
I
broadcast.
got
Is
peanut
it?
butter and honey toast right
You
now,
said
yo.
my mic is quiet on my YouTube broadcast? I
Yeah,
wonder
That's just
why.
a lot
Wait, let me
of
turn
times
it up.
it is,
Test.
man.
Test.
Like,
shout out to the.
Feels so loud.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, bro. It's like after a while, my mic just started. It seemed like if I put it on here, to me, it's loud.
All that knowledge
that's
you was
a-
giving away, man.
That's about it.
Disappeared into the ether.
That's about.
You're
That's about as high as it go right now. I'm gonna have to hook it up the other way. I'll do it next time. But I'm going like, I don't know, bro. Like I think that's like one of the hardest things that it was for me to even do. Like, and I'm not saying like I don't believe a lot of the things that I seen. I'm not saying that, but it's like, man, some of this shit just be far fetched, bro. I don't care what nobody say. The shit be hella far fetched. You feel me? I done met all these different entities, all these different gods, and when I came upon like Anubis or these other gods, bro, I didn't see them as like even Anubis as being something outside of myself. Bro, I was Anubis laying in the bed, getting out the bed. I'm Anubis in this other reality that's
It's
stacked
like,
on top
think
of.
about what reality.
Back to life. Back
Like,
to
if you
reality.
think
And
about what
then
reality is, if this
Man,
realm right here
real
has
reality.
every single reality in it, and it's like infinite reality means consciousness infinitely exploring itself. It's not
in every which
big
way.
or small. It's greater than any number could ever be. It's like the amount of reality that comes straight out of thin air, nothing
Yeah.
that we are, that we always have been. A mixture of creation and discovery.
Yeah,
Like
you
infinite
explore, and
thing.
it's exploring itself in every which way, though. It's like not limited to not
Infinite.
exploring it.
So,
Yeah,
so whenever
infinite.
you look at it, it's you, but it's like you can only look at it for infinite because it's always going to take forever to keep looking at it because it'll
But
never end. So
everything
it's
is like infinite.
can't even
Like,
say it.
like everything is like infinite
What up,
within
Eric?
yourself.
Yeah, within itself, but with the outside inside itself, some weird shit. Some weird shit.
It's not even
Yeah,
saying
that's
that
like
it's
how
not
the
outside, like
mycelium
True
network.
said. It's not
Let's
saying
see.
there's nothing
A
else
book.
outside. It's just saying
Oh yeah,
everything
that's
is
to read
inside
this.
or
Cracking,
outside. It's all
that's the
there.
cracking tower.
I used to call it the
By
mycelium
James
network because it like
Claypool.
it starts from that thing, but it spreads off into whatever else it spreads off into, but it's still that thing that's spreading out everywhere and becoming all
The
those
cracking
different
Yeah.
tower.
parallels.
All the different forms and like styles, but it's
Okay.
always that thing
The
spreading for
cracking
real.
tower book.
Octopus.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out. I had to save it, Jonathan. But yeah, and that's what I was saying, bro. Cause like, when you get to that point and like you kind of become one with everything, you really see how you led yourself in all these different ways, through all these ideas, through all your own beliefs. Even if you got them from somebody else, it's like you see it and you going, okay, this shit don't make sense. Like I don't want to, like I never did want to accept it, even though I would come and I would say it because it's what I seen on the experience. It's like I still didn't want to really accept it. Except that time when we went up there, Master Creator, when that thing was standing there and it was looking at me and like y'all was talking and y'all was me. It was like y'all was me, bro, and it was going, yeah, you know, this is what you be doing. Like you've been doing this forever, and it's like, stop it. Like I can't believe this, and it's like you don't gotta believe it. Okay, we gonna show you. We're gonna show you.
Yeah, I remember you explaining it and trying to look at it like that. I'm like, damn, he definitely he there.
Oh, you know, I could tell you, like, and I don't know if any of you experienced this, but I'm telling you, dude, after I did the DMT and really broke through, like, because there was one night we was kind of going back and forth at it, like, a couple of times and all that. But anyhow, I'm telling you, I could see when I came back to reality, shit was more paranormal, bro. I'm talking about like noises that were being made in the middle of the night. That I was like, no, I know that's some weird. I know that's not like
bro.
accidental. Like I know that's something. You know what I'm saying? Like I was
Red,
like,
do
I
you know
don't
that shit at night? Like when you're laying in bed about to fall asleep and all the realities start to come to you like it's a DMT or a mushroom trip.
Oh
And
yeah.
there'd be like loud, bright lights, super loud noises. I'm like every night before I sleep at that point in my life when I had that fractal syndrome, so to speak, I'd be like nervous for that DMT trip.
Hey, soon as you go into that sleep, hey Theo, soon as you go into that sleep, Theo, somebody go, Theo, and you wake up and you go, what? Like, and ain't nobody there, and you like, what the fuck? Who is that? But
bro, every time I was about to fall asleep, like as loud, I'm telling you, as loud as like a gunshot or as loud as like a house falling down. Like you just hear the ow. And I'm like, what the fuck was that? Like, I'm like, was that inside or outside my ears? Like, I can't tell. Like, damn. But what's worse than that was, like, I was telling Chu on the other show, after I wake up, and then just out of the blue, man, I just hear the straight up Nintendo video game noise. I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, fuck that.
Hey,
like, I don't even remember which glitch noise, but I mean, you could fucking hear the glitch noise, like, for real.
No, bro, that shit is wild because, like, even on the experience, I did that to where I was hearing all these different noises. And, like, at first I'm like, I'm sitting down, but I'm looking around like, okay, where the fuck is that coming from? It was like hella different noises. And then, like, around 5 minutes into hearing all these noises, I seen my face coming in, making the noises all over the place, bro. Just popping in, making the noises, and I'm just looking like, what the fuck? Like, how the hell is it? So the mind can not only make up visualizations, it can make its own sounds also. It can create its own sounds.
Oh, that's funny, bro.
So, like, you can hear something small as you falling asleep, like something can fall out, a pin can fall off the dresser and hit the ground, and it'll sound like a bomb exploded on your way to sleep.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about straight up audio that's not actually maybe happening in the physical realm, and then also like the thing about like shit moving in the middle of the night, like bro, like there was this one time, dude, I was lying down in my bed and I was like, I was tired, but I was kind of awake, and I just remember, like, I felt kind of like I was in a DMT space a little bit, and I just remember thinking in my head, I said something like, I can't remember, but I said some weird shit like in my head, like, I wonder if they're here or something like that. And as soon as I let that thought out, bro, I heard the plastic trash bag next to my bed. I heard that shit ruffle. I was like,
damn.
oh yeah, I was like, oh yeah, they're here. I was like, all right,
they right here.
Yeah, I was like, bro, I had a friend that told me that he was, I think he either like he got back from a trip, and in his house there were like 3 of these like DMT entities that were like, they were like rock creatures and shaped like rocks or something like that. And he told me, he was like, yeah, bro, they were like, hey, can we stay here in your house? And that he just had to tell them like no, like, you guys can't stay here, gotta go. And he was telling me kind of like the way, like, he was telling me like, you gotta deal with them kind of like the way you deal with plants when the trees and the plants are talking to you. Because I'll never forget, man, fuck, bro. Right now I'm almost getting thirsty to kind of get high again so I can kind of like hear the plants and the trees. Because, like,
After all the experiences, right? I'm not like this was me. Like, when I started hearing sounds in the night, I used to get up and I used to go see what it is. But for some reason, I knew what it was after a while. It was like, it didn't matter if something fell in the living room. Like, even when I started seeing shadows, bro, like when I started seeing shadows, like I started, like, instead of putting it on a entity or a form that I couldn't see, my brain would start figuring it out, right? Oh, that's just from my sweater. You feel me? Like on I forgot that cartoon and shit with Monsters Inc. You feel me? When the little creature, when it went and it made itself look like a coat. You feel me? But you'll look at certain things. You'll look at certain things and it'll form.
I had this.
Go ahead.
When I was first taking LSD too, it was around the time when I had that fractal disorder, what we're talking about, when I fell asleep. But at the same time, like, my girlfriend at the time, I always made her go on these esoteric journeys with me, and she didn't understand. But I was like perma-fried off LSD and mushroom, like
perma-fried.
Every night I was just in fully. Like, when I went outside, I could hear a hum which was a buzz, which was reality. Like even the street lights, everything was
all
part
the
of it.
stuff that
Yeah.
But I
that's
would just
happening
go
with
to certain
the
areas,
sounds
and
and
it was
stuff,
like
the sounds,
I was in those liminal
visuals. That's
spaces
all coming from within inside yourself.
where I was
Everything that
going
we
through
know is
places like a
coming from
campus
within inside
or
itself.
Well,
I mean,
Theo, that's real talk because I always said, I even told True acknowledge this, which made me feel good, right? Because I was like, oh yeah, that's exactly like what happens with me. But yeah, like to me, whenever I went to the DMT space, automatically I heard a humming, like a certain humming, and I was like, I swear it's like every different space you go to, like there's a vibration that's depending on who you are. I mean, I'm not trying to be like I'm the chosen one or whatever, but it's like depending on like your style or your way of taking in information, you could hear the vibration. So it's like I'm like, yeah, it's like I know I'm in DMT space because I could hear the that sort of weird vibration.
It's
yeah,
wild.
it was
because
like this state. But what I was gonna say is I went out at night and once I heard the humming, it was like I was in a lucid dream state. And I'd
vibration is
walk around, especially like big campuses or big areas outside, and it was like a full
vibration.
Can you hear Theo talking, Eric B? Every time
it's the fractal sync.
I can't hear Theo.
You probably got to go out and come back in because you can't hear Theo. If you can't hear Theo, because like he'll be talking and you'll start talking the same time as he'll. He already talking.
Can you hear me, Eric?
Nah, he couldn't hear you at all. He couldn't hear you because it seemed like it get quiet.
Oh man!
I thought I was getting vibrated on.
I think we don't understand how fucking how superior the mind is, bro. The mind, that shit create anything. It can do anything, create anything, make anything happen. Like, period. Like that, like when we're on psychedelics and you can look at a cup and the cup can transform into something. Like that's the same thing that we already do.
That's like the self-transforming elves of the mind.
Yeah, that's why
quantum conjugating. Like with music, when people hear music, they can replicate it or add to it.
Yeah, or add to it. But that's why we have different. Everybody has different kind of cell phones because you have. When you look at a phone, you might like the iPhone. They might like Android. You know, everybody has this different version of everything that they like to have. Like my coffee cup might not look like your coffee cups, but it's still a coffee cup. And that's what we do. We have all these different versions of that thing, and we begin to make them like shoes. We'll make all different types of shoes. You feel me? But it's still a shoe. Like, and we do that with everything. Yeah. We do that not with just the things that we create, but we do it with the unseen things at the same time. Like with ghosts or with demons or with the devil or with gods. We do the same thing with everything to where we'll begin to create these own formations for ourselves. And they'll exist for us. Like when
I was like on that so what I was gonna say, which correlates to that and what you were saying, when I was on that lucidity, like every night I would get into that state, especially at nighttime and out in Cali where there's like empty spaces, little nature trails and like campuses and stuff. I would walk around. It was like I was solving a mystery. The Lucy would just kick in every night. And I was like a cat. My eyes dilate. I'm like, come on, we're gonna go smoke a blunt and walk around. She's like, what are you? But it was still cool for her. But basically, I was in an area where I could see everything was fully haunted. But then I found out there was no ghosts. There was nothing but me. It was like there was no spirits and everything had a meaning. Like what you said, every noise was just like, maybe it was paranormal, but it was like, I can't even explain it. It was like there's no ghosts. It was all made up.
Yeah,
because what you're saying reminds me of my dream.
It was all digital.
What you're saying though, bro,
crazy.
Like that reminds me of two things. Like one, the DMT showed me that anything scary, it's just basically you.
Yeah.
Like that's just you hiding in your like hiding in something scary that you just like you kind of just want to like surprise yourself. And then also, I had this dream, like I was saying, like where I was like in this there was this storage unit that looked scary. Like it didn't look scary, but I was like, oh, there's something in this storage unit. And when I kept looking inside it, and I was like, oh damn, there's like this like scary ass like lady or some sort of like evil scary looking thing underneath a black dress, like a black like a tablecloth kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I was scared. Like I was like, oh man, I was like, what the hell is this? And I just kind of kept floating closer to it. And bro, when I took off the sheet, you know what it was underneath?
What?
Bro, it was something that I loved. And I was like, oh snap, like
And you were scared of it.
And I was scared of it, bro. And then as soon as I saw what it really was, I was just like, man, that's crazy how like there's nothing to be afraid of in life. Like,
Yeah.
it's just us, bro. It's just the things that you love, but they're like hidden, kind of. I don't know, not hidden, but you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
Book of the Dead.
You hide them.
Psychedelic experience. They talk about once you die or once you take psychedelics and
when
you
you
pass
seen
yourself.
that, when you were you didn't really know until you actually seen it, or did you actually see it? Because it's like we don't really be thinking about anything like love or anything until
No. The only thing that I did was I said to my in my consciousness, right? Not my like regal self, but like my conscious, like my floating self that was floating. I just said to myself, I said, what if the thing that I'm about to uncover is actually something that's not bad? And when I did that, bro, and I opened the cover, I was like, oh damn, like this is something that I love. Like, wow.
That's wild, Regal, because that's what happens. Like when you on mushrooms and you see something scary. Like I was seeing the eyes on the gate one time, and like I was scared as shit because I'm like, all these eyes is looking at me, and like, why they on the gate at that? And then I'm like going, then something else go, oh, those ain't eyes, those just the knobs on the gate, and then they transform back. So it's like you said, it's like exactly. we make things scary. But if you think about it, like we talked about this a long time ago, we do that. Like, remember, like they had a time where like cocoa was evil. Like a lot of things that they made evil, but this is something, we did over time. We made things evil that we didn't understand or different things of that nature. You feel me? Or we'll scare ourselves, bro. It don't even be.
It's like that quantum like computing. When we see one thing, it's not just the thing we're seeing of the vision. It's like all the sensations from the correlations of all the visions we're having on a microscopic level. We're like, this means that, and that means
that means that. And, you get spooked. You spook yourself. You spook yourself. That's why I be saying when people be like, man, I had the scariest psychedelic trip, and it's like, nah, you made it scary. It don't matter what happened, but I ain't gonna lie. When dude said,
like what they talk about in the psychedelic experience or Timothy Leary or the Book of the Dead, when you're going beyond yourself, you're dying. Basically, you're in that dark matter. So your mind is tuning for reality at a rapid rate, and if you don't realize it's all you, that it's just a dream, you keep getting hit with infinite waves of consciousness.
Yeah, by yourself.
And it's like when you realize you're just there, it's the living reality. It's like a slow quantum. Like once I was on LSD, there's a wall of black in the forest. And before I could realize that I was imagining boogeyman and witch and all kinds of like dark creatures, I was like, wait, how are they there? I'm here. I'm looking at the forest. I'm like, it's the same as it is in the daytime as it is nighttime. And I went in that forest. There was no more fear. It was a bunch of glowworms and weird shit in there. All positive.
Hey, you know what? That's dope, bro. That's
Regal
dope,
said it. Regal said it like correctly the way he said. He said, "I made that thing ugly, and then when I took it off, it was something I loved." And I'm like, "Oh, I ain't seen this in a long time." It's like, and that's what we do, bro. I think that's just what we do.
Bro, you know what it's like to me as well. Honestly, like. It's basically like this, where to me it's like, you know how like when a little kid come home crying, he'd be like, oh, they made fun of me at school. It's like, well, why they make fun of you? And he's like, they made fun of me because my jump shot is weak or something like that, right? And then but like as an adult you laugh at it, right? You laugh at the little kid. but the little kid be like acting like his whole world came
It's
crashing down,
shattered.
right? It's like that's how the reality of like even our like our God step, not God step. I don't, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like that's like the reality of our consciousness. Like we're tripping because to what we're conscious of is so limit. It's like we're growing again. It's like we're always growing again. So
It's like
we're
the
back to being.
self-preservation of life is like it's got that little like personal drama that's overlaid over the existential reality of the collective is like
Yeah.
that design to keep us involved and like surviving.
It's
Coming
weird.
up with a
It's
new
weird, Regal, because this is the thing that I hear a lot of people always say about psychedelics. It's like, okay, you're seeing the unseen. If God wanted us to see that, He would have just let us see it. And it's like, wait, what? Like, where's we getting this stuff from? Like, I can
The weird thing
understand.
about every system and the illusion of life is like anything we think is a bug or extra. There's nothing outside of itself. It's all itself. So it's like even the bugs are a feature.
Yeah, even the bugs are a feature. And it's wild because it's like, dang, man, we see everything, bro. We like when somebody like, we was talking about the one dude that got stabbed at that little thing. It's like we see everything, the good and the bad of life every day, all the time. All the time. But like it ain't no use in being a fear because it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop anything from happening. Everything's gonna keep happening the same way it's been happening. Like, and it's okay I think it's okay to live in fear. I think we created fear because, it stopped us from doing like weird things and getting ourselves hurt. We got a
But
defense
that's what I'm
mechanism.
saying though. That's kind of, that to me is kind of one of the few things that fear really, really works for is to learn.
Yeah.
Like when a child doesn't want, like when a child acts stupid, right, and it keeps trying to touch the fire, what do? You yell at it, be like, "Don't touch that fire," if you don't want it to feel it. But what you do, sometimes you let it touch the fire so that it gets burned, and the child's like, "Oh wow, that hurt."
I ain't touching
So
that
now
no
the
more.
child's afraid. Yeah, exactly.
When
So there's a fear.
Yeah.
I was doing those little DMT bike rides, like just enough of a threshold where I could ride a bike, which is just another experiment not recommended. But I was like going down this hill every time, and I could use the fear. At first, it was like panic, but then I put all the fear into awareness, and there was no more fear. But it was
I've been on no jumper.
That I learned to use that energy, and I was just really good at riding. Then I could look around and enjoy.
And enjoy
like, oh,
everything.
It was like a flow state.
Like
the fear became a flow state.
Yeah, because I remember my first DMT trips, man. I cried like a little baby. Not even like a baby. I cried like a bitch. I was scared to the motherfucker, but I kept going back. It's like it took a minute to like get over the fear of the. It took a minute to get over the fear. Thanks, Lord Currency. But he said, yeah, you been, no, I ain't even been watching the whole no jumper thing no more. Like how it started. You know what I started to find out, bro? Everything is like clickbait. It's like a person writing a story about a story of a story. And it's like it gets old. It get old after a while. It's like we already know what's gonna happen and what's happening. You feel me? They go into jail. They in jail. You feel me? They snitched on themselves and now they locked up.
Yep.
And it's wild because even with the one case of the, like I was saying, of the stabbing incident, like you got so many people coming out with stories of that incident, you don't know what the fuck is real no more. Like they even with SWAT calling these people house, got the SWAT hitting these people house and shit like that. It's like, boy, the world is crazy as shit. I said, and it ain't even the world, it's people. People is just lost. Our minds are so toe up, like, and we start to choose sides, and it's like, how can you choose sides in something that happened, and you don't even got the full story? Like they only gave everybody a piece. Oh yeah, he did this, and they say this the reason he did it, and we gonna give you the rest of the story when it develops. And people take that and create their own story. and then come back and be like, well, you
And that's
know, he
such a
came from.
strong emotion about it.
Hey, they start blaming the parents. Well, he came from a bad family and all these different things, and it's like, what the fuck? They start just creating some old weird ass shit, bro. It gets too weird sometimes. And like, you know, I watch it for a minute, but then I'll be like, he say it's Wild Brick and Loose are calling No Jumper live podcast while in the Fed phone talking crazy still. Yeah, that still talking crazy. Yeah. I mean, we robbed him, but I'm just saying we didn't rob him.
I be laughing that they call Adam 22 Agent 22.
Agent 22. He wasn't doing nothing but recording what y'all dumbasses was saying.
Men in crack.
Yep.
For real.
Yeah, that's all he was
Even
doing.
though he's AI, he don't know better. He's like a mixture of Pootie Pie with DJ Academics.
Hey,
He's
he ain't lost. He going, man.
Wait, why
hey, no, Theo, he not lost. He going,
throw shots.
he going, keep talking. This is content. I'm about to get paid off this.
He's gonna take his helicopter off to a private estate and be like, "All right, cool." I'm
about to get paid this Fed money.
Yeah, I'm about to get this 60,000 off this video. I'm gonna give you $30 though. Don't even trip.
You get royalties off that indictment. It's easy money.
This is everybody go. He said everybody getting paid off of this. Okay. Everybody. I said that's the crazy thing. When bad shit happen, everybody jumps in and get a piece of the money. Okay. That's what it is. Everybody became. We turned into newscasters and some more shit. We just turned into newscasters, and we can get to finding out everything and be like, "Oh, he doing this here," which is just wild though. But that is like some big shit. Like they get in trouble, and like everybody's talking about it, and everybody say they self snitching, but everybody is snitching on them, giving the information that they said. I said, "What the fuck?" I said. Who can tell? Yeah, who can tell better? I don't know. You feel me? I think Adam 22 won. Adam 22 won. All right.
It's like you want to. It's like, is that the challenge that every rapper is doing? It's like a prank on the world. Like, do the most crime and tell on yourself the most, and somehow get away with it. Be the one that finally. Where are you gonna hide?
True, some crazy shit was going on. Loose and Brick was in the same cell. Then some paperwork came out that Brick talked to the cops, but it had to do with a custody battle with his kid. So he was kicked out of the cell. You know what I'm saying? But he's 2 cells over because they're calling their girls online live. They're not giving Adam 22 all the content. Loose got his own channel, and so does Brick's wife. You know what I mean?
Check out, I know Big Chill been on it.
Yeah, Damn Homie too got their own channel. The wives are talking, so it's not just No Jumper.
Oh yeah, I seen the TK got sentenced again.
Going to Maximum, they're sending Big U to Maximum because Big U tried to put a hit on Loose Cannon and Brick Baby last week. They had to fight like man on the range.
Quick bathroom.
So now Big U's going to like
how Toronto know all about these LA politics, man? What's going on, man?
Flocka told me, man. Poetic Flocka. Shout out to Poetic Flocka. And Whack too, man. Whack too, man.
I wanna let you go.
Whack done rat out on everybody, but now Whack is backtracking. I didn't say nothing. I didn't say this. They're gonna come from track 100 too, man. But Loose Cannon, they're caught up in the RICO. But Brick Baby ain't part of their case. Brick Baby's on another case, you know. A lot of cases, man. A lot of cases going on. You know what I'm saying? But it's all crypto. But they're coming for the blood soon. They're coming. You're gonna see enough bloods getting busted soon. Paru's going down because Whack be talking too much too.
It be like that sometimes.
Yep. Yeah, man. Like man is saying, Brick just made a video today. Yeah, because they tried to say some shit about Brick still, but Brick and Loose are cool. They're still on the same range. They're cool right now. But I heard
There
today
is
on one
no
of those prison,
inspiration.
I heard today on one of those prison channels that they're sending Big U upstate or something, man. Sending him to like some maximum. I don't know what that's the prison's called, but he's probably there now.
Let me switch my microphone over real fast. Yeah, I can't even switch it over. I don't know where my other headphones at. Trying to switch it real fast, but I can't.
If you want to know the lowdown still, man, you got to watch Trap Lord Ross, man.
He said Brick
That
made a video earlier though and said Big Chill. He said Loose Cannon made a video. He said Brick made a video earlier though and said Loose lied. They were never in the same cell. They were in the same pod or dorm though. I could have sworn I had seen something a while back where they both called and they both said it. Man, they
both said. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I comment
thought
on
they
that.
both said it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it said TK got 80.
Yeah, Brick called today in, man. He called.
But did you see the look on TK's face? Because TK kind of looked like he was, remorseful.
He's 32 now.
Yeah, he seemed like he was sad as shit. He like, I wish I never did all that shit.
Up, man.
Yeah.
He looks like he's doing his taxes. He's like having a midlife crisis.
Let's see.
I hope that young Fractal brother gets out.
Nah.
I mean, figures it out or some shit. Right?
Nah, I ain't gonna say I hope he get out. I ain't gonna take it that far.
He's gonna be somebody's girlfriend.
I ain't gonna say that.
I hope he gets some books or some shit. I don't know how to say it.
I don't know. Cause he shot that dude while he was on the window, bro. You feel me? That was crazy shit.
He took to a whole new level.
To a whole new level.
Chief Keef was like, "Mom, I want my crust cut off." He was like a white
small celly.
No
Diddy. Hopefully he gets a small celly. Because if he gets a big celly, it's over for him, man.
Yeah, but he was taking everything like it was a stick figure game, like a gangster Mafia 2 for Xbox.
And he was talking about it. He was making songs about it and talking about it like he was just a thug. But I know he was 16, but I'm just going still at the same time. It's like, bro, you took somebody, family member. Like, they not holding back on that. Yeah, 80 years? Golly. Whew, man. Yeah. On top of the time he had got before. Oh my God. Yeah, he'll never see daylight ever. Ever. You think they gonna get Big U for that Las Vegas thing, Big Chill?
Yo, that whole thing is crazy. Do you know the roots to that shit?
Not really.
You don't know the vibes to that shit, right?
Yeah, 95 by the time he out. He ain't getting out.
Yo, watch. Who was talking about it in chat, man? He knows what I'm talking about. I seen that they said that at the time that it happened, like they left he went and picked them up. They left the studio. They all left together, but when he came back by himself, and like he was sweating. Whoever snitched on him said he was sweating and said he had just came from the gym. But he said basically that time, like they had all his cell phone records and said at that time that it happened, his cell phone was turned off and all that. Yeah, man. But yo, man, Clubhouse, Reddit, enough man already know about it still, but it never dissed Big U. We never dissed Big U. The song was done, did, and duty daddy. You know what I'm saying? Big U, son, man, that was his gay lover, bro.
No.
And Big U didn't want that shit to come out. Yeah, his son, the football player. That's his gay lover, bro.
Don't say
Man, it's
that.
all over Clubhouse, man. Wack already talk about it. Different people already know about it. Black Twitter, it's already out there, man. And when Nipsey died, Big U's phone was across the street, bro. It got pinged across the street. He's going down, bro. He's going down. He's going down. Plus that other guy's murder. Enough man's murder, man. The next man, PD, whatever, that got killed at Roscoe's. Big U was right across the street. Saw him get killed. Big U was in the restaurant. Big U and Loose Cannon was in the restaurant.
Loose Cannon said he was in the restaurant. I seen that.
Bro, all the murders that happened, Big U thought he was a big man. He wanted to be
You can't say merger.
Oh, sorry, yeah. That unalived, he wanted to be there. He's a true boss. He's a true boss. That's why when he got beat up by those Samoans, you hear his soldiers, T.I. and Game. I never seen a boss like that. Who knocked out the boss? Yo, man, the Samoans knocked him out, and then they ratted out on the Samoans, and then the Samoans lost the contract to the clubs in L.A. because all the man them say they were gonna shoot up all the clubs. So what happened? The club ended up giving Big U $250,000, and he gave $80,000 back to the community and kept the rep. You know what I'm saying? But no more Samoans in LA nightclub. And that's why Enough Man is getting killed in the nightclub. Because Enough other man took over security instead of the Samoan brothers. They didn't punk them off. The Samoan brothers said later they moved to another city, make money. You know, they do private security. You can't mess with them Samoan brothers. But those were the guys that knocked out Big U at that club. But yeah, man, his son is a Bati man and the other guy's a Bati man. And he unalived the guy because he didn't want no Bati man.
And you can't be making up rumors like that, bitch. You can't be making up rumors like that.
Nah, he seen the videos. He seen the videos. The video said it. He said, I didn't say it. The video said it.
Yeah, no, I didn't say it. Flacco said it. Trap Lord Ross said it. I'm just reacting to the videos, man, trying to help my boy.
Trap Lord Ross said it?
Yeah, man. Did you see the Trap Lord Ross one, man? It was like 2 hours long. He broke everything down. It's crazy.
Nah, I didn't watch it.
The Trap Lord one he did, man. Yeah, man.
I didn't watch Trap Lord.
He's the original one. He's the one that breaks everything down to the T, like 2 hour videos, tells you everybody. But anything he says is already out there too, right?
Did you see that they was talking about that he had something to do with Nipsey getting knocked down too?
That's what I told you.
I heard some stories about that. I had walked away. I had to go to the restroom.
He called Loose Cannon. Are you going now?
Oh yeah, I seen. No, I had went. No, okay, yeah, I remember that.
Loose Cannon half an hour before, and Loose Cannon's a fucking idiot. They don't call you Loose Cannon for nothing, eh? The guy's a fucking idiot. He's on the live podcast, said that fucking Big U called him at half an hour before. Then he calls Nipsey. Hey, brother, Nipsey's still alive. Nipsey has a baby. Don't tell him, yo, man, Big U just told me, say you're dead. You still alive? Okay, cool, just checking. Meanwhile, when Nipsey fucking got shot, Big U was right across the street, bro. His cell phone pinged. That's FBI public knowledge. He's going down. He
said they shouldn't call him Loose Cannon. They should call him Loose Lips.
Bro, then he's on Adam 22 talking about they robbed the dispensary. They robbed the dispensary guy, and then they're chilling at Big U's house counting the money, and then the guy they just robbed came back in, and then they end up giving him back the money.
Yeah, half then
he talks about they did this gun robbery, and they got all the guns, and Big U was copying the serial numbers. Yo, bro, you know what happens when you copy serial numbers of stolen guns? That's instant 10 years right there. He just gave the... And that's why the feds, the next day after Loose Cannon was on No Jumper, the feds raided. But Whack 100 had that guy's family that was killed in Vegas 3 weeks before. Whack had them on recording, and the girl's like, oh, please don't tell nobody. And Whack put it on Clubhouse, put it everywhere. That the lady said, oh, at the beginning of April, they're going to raid Big U for this guy's murder, Nipsey's murder, and this and that, and my son's murder. And she said, please don't tell nobody. Meanwhile, Wack is live on Clubhouse
Wack
doing this
recording
shit.
everything. You can't talk to Wack and he not gonna record it.
Oh fuck, man, it's
Hey,
crazy.
but what's up with it, Rob?
What's up, Rob?
What's up, my Pete?
Grizzly Rob.
Just catching in. I didn't know how long y'all been on here.
Oh, we've been on about an hour and 29 minutes.
Okay, a good chunk.
Yeah,
Good
he's
chunk.
true, man. What he's saying about loose cannon, there is a real loose cannon.
Yeah.
The real producer, loose cannon, is the real one. I remember him, or yeah, I remember that guy, loose cannon. And loose cannon, the guy from LA, claims musical credits, and he confuses his name with the other real loose cannon. He never worked with Nas. He don't own a bunch of Wendy's and Subway shops. Loose cannon don't own shit, man. But he tells a good story though. But now he's gonna get himself convicted.
But what's up
But
with
he's
it, Rob?
funny,
I know you.
Sorry, go ahead, man.
What
Yeah.
you was, I know you.
Yeah, it's all good here. I was just listening because I hadn't been around that much. I'll hop in on a Friday night or something like tonight once in a while. But yeah, I need to keep in touch with the fam.
Yeah, me neither. They've been working the hell out of me.
Yeah. Yeah, I hadn't talked to you since you've been doing your thing, your routine, but I know that's man, that's different. You still doing early mornings?
Yeah. Except this morning I didn't have to be there till 8, but the last few mornings it's been 3:30. I'll be getting up at 3:30 and leaving out the house by 4:30.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, that's one of those things in life. It has its pluses, positive and disadvantages too. I mean, when you're working a shift like that, the disadvantage is you're not on the same schedule as the people around you.
Yeah.
Your family, your friends, whoever. The advantage is you do get to miss out on traffic on your commute.
Yeah,
where
but it's weird, Rob. My job is only 5 minutes away, but I always be there 30 minutes early.
Yeah.
It's only 5 minutes.
You serve to work, man.
Yeah, I just be there 30 minutes early, you know.
Bro, that's good. You know how much money you save on transportation? You know how much money people spend on gas, transportation, yearly, monthly? That's already perfect, bro. You're going to definitely reach the golden salary. You know, you're saving so much money.
It's like right there, but I don't know. I'll be there early, and then sometimes I got to be there till like 6, 7.
Be late, bro. When you're late, they're going to make an example of you. How the fuck you late 5 minutes away? This guy travels an hour. He's here early, and yet you're 5 minutes away. And
yeah, I'm like going because tomorrow they got me on this call thing, right? To where if something happened, they just got me at work on call. So, man, this motherfucker, man, I seen him put the time in. And he put 8, and then he put the end time for 10 o'clock. I said, man, look, wait, hold on. Why you put it at 10 o'clock? I didn't get it. I'm like going. He said, "Nah, I just put a time." I'm like, "But 10 o'clock at night, bro? Like what the fuck? Y'all just gonna have me sitting up here just in case? Like, which I don't mind because I'm getting paid.
Make that money.
You have to be up there or just be at your house?
Nah, I gotta be up there all day. So if anything is needed, if somebody gotta do anything, I gotta drive or whatever. I gotta be up there.
Okay, but you're not having to do anything while you're on call there.
That's why I think I am like when people need to get picked up like on their little shifts, like after they done with their shift and like they had to stop, like I gotta go pick them up and like different things like that. It's like almost like a just in case.
Yeah, I was saying cool. You could do some little quick lives. I mean, if you're just on standby.
Yeah, and then he gave me a schedule for next week for Monday through Saturday, And then he said after that, my schedule gonna be Tuesday to Saturday, and I'm gonna be off Sunday and Monday.
Okay.
So it's like, oh, okay. At least I know that until they give me a paddle.
You still gonna be early mornings, regardless.
Yeah, yep, except tomorrow, but all next week it's gonna be early.
Yeah, during that time, of course, it picks up in the morning. Once you get like 6:30, 7, things start getting heavier. But man, there's something about that 3, 4 in the morning, even though you might be kind of out of it, that it's peaceful.
Yeah, he said, Havoc said, imagine hitting DMT on your lunch break and then going back to work. Hey, that's what Piano Key used to do. On his break, he'd go smoke the DMT, tell us a story, then go back to work. I'm like, man, that would be wild.
That's a psychological warrior right there.
Yeah, but it's wild too. It's like you said, like when you get used to it, you just be, huh? Yeah, use your nail. Use a knife.
Use your nail.
What?
Oh, Brother Rob.
Have fun.
You
can have fun.
Ate the yolk.
Give me that look because I said have fun. I'm leaving for work. Okay, have fun. All right, because my girl, she work at night. And she work from 10:30 to 7 in the morning. I'm like going, damn.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that are underappreciated, man. I think during, I mean, I don't know nothing about the city. Do buses run on holidays too?
Yep, that's what he was telling me. Give me a knife. He was telling me that when that happens on the holidays, that I'll be there just in case. Because he was like, it's only one one of the pointy ones. He said it's only one holiday that the buses don't run on, and he said that already passed.
And see that?
Man, see, these kids ain't like we was. Man, these kids ain't nothing like we was. You know how? Remember Big Chill back in the days, y'all? We used to use a knife to unscrew stuff.
Yeah,
The knife was a knife.
Man.
Yeah, I told him use a knife to unscrew it. He said, it's not working. Like, give me the knife. Which one? The pointy one. It's a little screw. Gotta use a little screw. But no, I like it though, Rob. I ain't gonna hold you. It's kind of fun. Well, it is fun to me.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I always made a point on holidays, those people, because a lot of people are traveling. Could be people driving a bus, could be people working at a gas station. It could be people working at a hotel, cleaning, holding the desk job there. I always try to make a point to tell them thank you. Because they're the ones that are letting everybody else chill that day and be with their family like that. And that's a thing that money can't really get. Like, some people don't mind it. Some people are flexible, like their family's flexible, so they're like, man, I know it's Christmas, but we'll celebrate tomorrow. I'm off tomorrow, and I'll take the double pay or whatever it is. Some people don't have a choice, and they have to come in.
Stuff, yeah, every time somebody get off the bus, they be like, "Thank you for the ride." I'm like, "It's my job." But I ain't seen 607. I ain't watched none of his stuff. Yeah,
You're like an agent of Ripple Force opposite Galactic Federation. You said, "No, it's just my job, baby."
Yeah, just my job.
600. Is it 607 or 600? That's the next guy that grew up in the area with Big U and Whack but he's a civilian.
No, not
And he
600. Not so we ain't talking about 600.
different. I don't know
600 the one
607
who
either.
drove through Big U house when it was getting busted. No, they talking about 607 Unc.
Oh, I gotta check that guy. I don't know. Maybe I might have seen.
Yeah, I seen some stuff, but I didn't never watch one of the videos. I like. And
One time, Sun Tzu posted the 607 Unc, and he was like, "I don't know what I'm talking about, but I know exactly what the fuck I'm with the Nephilim and Atlantis." And he was breaking down some shit.
Back in with Nino Boy still. I'll be tapping back in with Nino Boy. He be on topic too. I forgave him for getting knocked out and running away from Brosco. Remember they had that fight? Nino talking tough, and oh man, he was running like a girl. But
yeah, I didn't mess with Nino because he was going back and forth with my cousin for a minute.
Oh yeah,
I hollered at him for a little bit, but then after that it was like you feel me?
When he started his party line thing, he tried to do the live thing. You know, he had the live line going. He still tries to do it, but he's having it going all the time. It didn't really work out for him.
He got an independent record label. He live in Texas now, though. Yeah, 607 Unc.
Oh, 607 Unc. I gotta check him out.
Shit though. Yeah, I'm gonna have to see.
But Charleston White is funny, man.
He gonna be like,
see the Island Boy? See the Island Boy got knocked out. And then Charleston White said, "Yo, your baby's still ugly." The girl wife was there. He's like, "Yo, his baby is ugly though." I gotta say that. That's messed up. But
his baby looked just like him.
An alien. Looks like an alien baby.
That's not funny.
Wow.
His baby looked just like him. I ain't gonna lie, bro. You know, people be getting mad at me, but I always thought all babies was ugly. I ain't seen too many pretty babies. Okay, when they come out, they just ugly. They look like little aliens, bro. Yeah.
He do look like his
dad.
dad.
Cute, and it's like, nah, that is not cute. It looked like it just came out of somewhere smushed up. It look all smushed up before it fill out.
He's all crumpled up in there in a space cadet outfit, like he's traveling through hyperspace in a small pod, all scrunched up. Like, who are you? Where are you from?
Then he got then he got to blow up like the wings on the moth. When the moth come out the shell, the wings be all crimply and shit.
The crinkle man. They start eating food and inflating like a water balloon.
My kids came out. They like, you want to hold them? Nuh-uh. And I'll wait about 3 days.
Let me wait 3 years.
We wait 3 days, then I'll hold it. Nah, I'm just saying.
I came out with the cone head, and my parents never corrected it.
That's good, bro. That's a sign of intelligence from my people, where I come from, and the dolphins.
I come out. Hey, you come out with that cold head. Look, them black grandmas be rubbing your head, going, you got to do the head like this. You got to keep rubbing it and shape it. You got to shape it into a circle. You got to shape it into a circle because his head fucked up.
Yep. My black grandma was
Gotta
missing.
Go see the oracle. The oracle's gonna flatten your head.
She was missing. Our mama was rubbing them heads. It's like, you didn't do that to me. I got a hook.
My daughter came out like that, and I was like, there. And yes, somebody made the comment, yeah, you can shape them up. You gotta, like you said, you gotta rub them, pay attention the way they're sleeping. I was like, damn, that's kind of crazy that the craniums are that soft.
Yeah,
coming out where you can kind of form them after.
Island Boy, the alien was rubbing his baby head. That baby did look like an alien though. When I seen the little thumbnail, I didn't even go and watch the video. I said, I ain't watching this shit. I think, what if that's what aliens really are? What if aliens are really babies talking to us from the baby realm? Okay.
Imagine the baby realm. Like, imagine you have a baby and it's just Dale D'Antoni with a mullet and everything.
They do seem kind of smarter than us. They just cry until they get what they want.
Yeah.
They don't do anything.
Yeah.
No, I was deep on the trip.
The older they get, the more they
I'm
punk
like, baby. Yeah, bro, they got like a certain curve. Like babies and old people both, once they get closer to the jet stream radiation of life and death, they get like that super quantum power in their true form of an alien. Like babies got to be the wisest on earth, and then old people are second. It's like backwards.
Yeah, that's why, like, you
And then
know,
the rest of us are
animals
dreaming.
like lions and stuff like that, when the boys come of age, they kick them out fast. You got to go because they be trying to take over.
Get out of Pride Rock.
I didn't even know.
For real.
Yeah. And in his rookie year, he had 0 points per game.
They know everything. They say I didn't know. Bullshit. They know everything, man. They know what you know and more.
Yeah, baby's got that clear mirror, so they're still quantum conjugating pure mirror neurons, and they're having that pure reflection.
Baby be crying like, you better go get my bottle or I'm going to yell louder.
They'd be like,
Like they know shit. They know how to manipulate through cause and effect, but they don't sit and have thoughts. Like they know everything, but they don't have a reason to know anything. I feel like if we could talk to babies, they could tell us anything. Just like a dog.
Yeah, anything. It's like they know, but they can't tell you you ain't shit. They just be looking at you like you ain't shit.
I think that's what we call mental illness. Like the more the parents think shit, the more the kid becomes mentally ill. The kid is trying to tell them the whole time, and he's like, "You're acting out, Billy." He's like, "Because I've been seeing you wasn't shit since a baby, since I was a newborn. You don't remember, Shannon?"
Yeah, you know how everything. It is like when your baby get like one and your baby go to grab something and you be like, no, don't touch that. And they just look at you like, the fuck? And then they try to touch it again and you like, I said, don't touch that.
But then they slap you in the face.
Yeah,
they'd be like, just do.
Or they look at you, they say, no.
Just me, and they give you that.
Yeah, that little look like.
Dad, no.
Fuck you learned that, man? Where you see that? Because Bugs Bunny slapped fucking Daffy Duck. So the kid be like, yeah, you made me mad? Slap you. You know you got a good one there, man. I'm just saying.
And then as they get older, I don't know, they have that that little phase of where it seemed like they don't have no emotions towards destroying shit. Like, cause oh my God, my grandson, what he be doing with the dogs, you'll be like, man, what the fuck? Like he need to spank it.
But the
dogs love it. The dogs keep coming back for more.
Yeah, they be letting him. They don't even do nothing.
Oh, they love kids, man.
On this case, like, hey, bro, don't be doing that to that dog. Like grabbing that dog like that. Like, what are you doing?
I'm sad right now.
If you try to do that to the dog will growl at you, man. So what the fuck you think this is? I just let him do that, man. Get the fuck away from him. But with the kids, they'll be like on their back, roll over. Oh man, dogs and kids, they have a bond, you know.
And kids is crazy too, cause like, my son Tony, he was like the wild one. Like when he do something wrong and like you confront him about it, like he just gets silent. I don't know. It's like he went to jail in his previous life, and he said, I ain't snitching on myself ever again. He just gets silent. He won't say nothing. You like, well, you don't know what you did. He just be staring at you like, in his mind, he going, yeah, I know what I did, but I ain't telling on myself now. That's the wild. I think you learn a lot from raising kids, though. You learn. You kind of learn how the mind actually grows and become what it is as it grows up. Because for a while, that shit don't give a fuck. Remember how they had the stories of Jesus when he was little and they said he pushed the little boy off the roof or some shit, then brought him back to life and said, see, they'll tell him
Man, right story, man. What are you talking about? Don't be making up shit about
that
Jesus.
Man. That was a
Jesus
story.
Somebody off the roof.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Watch, I'm about to tell you right now. Let's see.
Don't talk about Big Chill's Lord and Savior. True. Come on.
That's a weird one. That's just weird.
The story of Jesus and the kid falling off the roof.
No, you didn't say that. You said Jesus pushed him off the roof.
That's what they was. That's what they were trying to say.
Jesus pushed him him off the roof, man.
It
That's some
said
next.
the infancy
Come on.
gospel, the infancy gospel of Thomas, and the popular text contains stories that Jesus as having a violent temper as a child, including incidents where he allegedly killed children. One story depicts Jesus cursing a child who bumped into him, causing the child to die, and another accounts him pushing the child off the roof. These accounts are not part of the New Chronicle Testament and are not widely accepted within the mainstream Christian. Yeah, Big Chill just showed us he don't accept that, but that's you don't even know your own Bible, man. Why am I even talking to you about this?
That's already fake.
Tell him
Bro,
about
before
it.
they had
Tell him
patents,
about his own
Do your research before you bring it. That's all fake shit.
Oh,
man.
no, it's not fake. It's the infancy gospel of Thomas. It's the gospel of Thomas, man. Y'all tried to take it out because y'all didn't want that in the books, that Jesus was a bad child. You didn't want that in the books.
That was never in the Gospel of Thomas. That's all.
It was, bro.
Now, go to whichever version. Even go to the Ethiopian Bible. You won't see that.
I'm looking at it right here.
You're reading a fucking somebody's article, man. That's not in the Bible.
No. This is the infancy gospel. Man, whatever.
There is no
man.
chronicles. There is nothing reference to Jesus' life before 33 years old. Nowhere in the chronicles in the Zyadicus, in the Ethiopian.
How is that? How is that when they know the whole story? So what you're telling me is they know the whole story of Mary in the manger, but they don't know none of the rest of the story.
Other people wrote books about Jesus.
No, people like you,
in the Middle East, bro.
people like you cut it out the story. You cut it out the story so
Jesus was up in the
could
Himalayas.
nobody see it.
He was born and then 33 years old. There's rumors he went to Egypt.
No, bro, come on now. You ain't did your research. You ain't did your research. You research Brick Baby more than you research Jesus. You know more about Brick Baby and
story that somebody made a couple hundred years ago.
You know more about Brick Baby and Big U than you know about Jesus, okay?
I go by the Ethiopian Bible. I have all the books in my Bible. I don't have the King James or the Catholic version. My books have them all. I have the Book of Enoch. I have all the books in mine.
Well, you don't got that one.
Yeah, I'm Orthodox.
You don't got that Book of Thomas right there, though. That's the Book of Thomas, bro.
Anne Rice's version of fucking the Book of Thomas. There's nothing of Jesus when he was a kid, bro. I'm telling you, from 33.
Man, I just told you. You got to go see it yourself, man. Okay.
That's fake. That's fake.
No, it's not.
100%. That's fake.
Where did the stories of Jesus as a child come from?
You're going to Chat GPT.
I'm not. I'm asking Google. Well, Chat by GPT ain't nothing but something that looks over everything that's out there. What are you talking about? Why everybody trying to say this about Chatbot? This ain't Chatbot. Yeah, we online. We online right now. The primary stories of Jesus' childhood comes from the Gospels of Matthew and Luke, specifically their infancy narratives. While Luke offers a longer, more detailed account of Jesus' birth, it also includes a brief story of him. You don't know nothing about Jesus. I'm not going to argue with you about Jesus because you don't know. Let's go back to, let's talk about loose cannon because you know about loose cannon.
Jesus was an adult. One of them was with Jesus when he was a kid. So you don't know what you're talking about.
Some of them wasn't with Jesus when he was an adult. And they still wrote stories on him.
None of them knew Jesus as a child. Go ahead, continue what you were reading, Smart.
Some of them didn't know Jesus as an adult, and they still wrote stories on him. Some of them wrote themselves into the story of Jesus.
Yeah, exactly. But those are people that knew him as an adult, not as a child. Nobody knew this.
No. Some of them didn't. That's why some of them stories didn't match up.
James was his word. Nobody knew him. They didn't tell you about his kid.
What's up with it? Sun Tzu. What's up, Anna? And Sun Tzu in the building. You need to go. You need to go do your more studies.
You're watching everybody do the animation and wonder gonna make every story a sad story or not.
It's always a happy ending, man. Here
You
on
gonna
True
keep it quiet though.
No, you know, me and Big Chill be having to mess around. You gotta keep
We
it
just chilling.
entertained. We gotta keep
Yeah,
it
man.
entertained.
We just chilling, man. We sticking to the script, man. Make sure you know your lines.
You know, Big Chill is the bigger brother. Who
We
gonna
got the
know?
script.
No, Jesus was real, and he didn't push no kid off the roof.
Hey, man.
Man,
Hey, that movie Juice was made after Jesus, bro. Believe it.
Muhammad did some wicked things, but we're not. I don't want to talk bad about nobody. Man. You know what I'm
what if
saying?
Believe that.
nobody is real?
Bishop.
If
What
there
if
is none,
No bishop.
Yeah,
No
what
bishop,
if
no
nobody is
real.
real?
it's just nobody in none of
You
these
can't
bodies
call it.
as we speak, and it's just somebody else operating a whole
Like,
system.
world again. Oh damn! Huh? Like this world again. Yeah. What if everybody is fake? No,
Yeah, what
nothing
if
and
that's
nobody is real. We real right now, but when we gone, we gonna just be a figment of the imagination.
I'm talking about right now?
He said.
What if? No, seriously, bro. Right now, as we speak, what if? Because remember, we're not the body and we're not the mind. You know what I mean?
Nah, I was laughing, Sun Tzu, because Havoc on YouTube. He said, "Imagine doing psychedelics and still believing in Christianity."
Shit.
It's possible, man. It's possible. You know what I'm saying?
It's possible.
Big Chill
Imagine
is
being
living proof.
You gotta try psychedelics, Big Chill. You gotta try it.
If you believe in yourself, you might as
Hey,
well.
dude, you see, we're
Yeah,
talking about
exactly,
the
Sun Tzu.
Vibes Cartel, man. Was telling, I like that way you put in Discord, Sanju. Vibes Cartel was telling the people about the mermaids in Jamaica. Yeah, man, they're real. The river maids too, they're real. Even the Jamaicans see the mermaids too. You see?
No,
So,
no. Let's be real with this. Being that you call the boss name, it's not that he didn't say he's seen it personally. What we grew up with is the stories of them motherfuckers put those
He's seen that.
tables
He's seen
in
that.
the river and they attract people. As soon as we dive in, they pull us down under. And
He's
that's
seen them.
what we
Yeah,
grew up.
You know,
Yeah, but
people that
people
love them.
who've
Seen
seen them.
them. He's
yeah.
seen
You
them.
had the stories.
Husband seen them. He's seen.
Yeah, my aunt said she's seen them shits. They used to flood the town, you know what I mean? So they had to chop off the head off a cow and dump the blood in the water from a certain direction where the water is flowing, and then they just stop flooding the place for some strange reason.
What the hell? So they have to drain the blood from the cow and put it in the stream?
Yeah, but from a certain direction where the stream coming from,
They do
you
sing
gotta
too.
that end so it could run through the whole stream.
Dang.
Yeah.
They sing.
Man, what's wrong with your phone, Anna?
Hey, sometimes when you have an earthquake, don't it feel like the ground ain't even under your feet, bro? Or you never been through an earthquake before?
Oh, we just had a 3.7 out here.
Right, so you see how loose the earth feels. Like, damn, this shit could just wash away. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah,
Not
I was in the car and like they was like, "Man, we thought you ran into something back there. I seen the garbage can shaking. I thought somebody was back there."
The
It
more
was an
to the
earthquake though.
freedom that we think we got, we don't know how you got it. You feel me? So when people say those type of stories, the reason why we could say it's not true is because they already did it so that we don't have a clue.
It's already been done.
Yeah, they already paid the price, did what they asked for. So who knows if it's a time though? So it's still something to be wary of.
No, it is, because I'm saying
Seeing them now, man. Enough people are seeing them now up here in northern Ontario, in Canada.
Exactly.
People start seeing
It's
more
another
dog
time
men,
thing
more
that-
lizard men.
the only thing you know what only gets me, Sun Tzu, is the fact that when you see these things, for some reason your camera don't work. But if you see somebody getting shot or stabbed, your camera works correctly.
Hey, listen, that's easy to answer. That's an easy thing to figure out. The reason why everything stopped when you see them, but when somebody gets shot, the camera still work, because when a motherfucker gets shot, that's not real. And when you see them, that's real.
Yeah.
Wake up, niggas.
That's some shit. Why we haven't found any mermaid fossils though? Big Chill.
Because they ain't looking for you. They don't need to see. They don't need you to find them.
See,
Who are you? Why you special?
The Maritime Museum have them, man. They have them. Canada have them in the museums. We have them. Not the
Google.
fake one with the monkey on it. We
mermaid
have the
fossil.
bone. We have both. Maritime museums along the East Coast, even down in Maine off the East Coast, man. They have them.
Never seen no mermaids, so I ain't gonna sit down here and tell you, say down in Maine there's a mermaid.
Even recently, they got a live one. I don't know if it's
grandparents who don't fuck around and don't talk bullshit. They will swear for them. You know what I mean?
They have new mermaid footage. They have new mermaid footage, man, of live mermaids they catch. So search on YouTube.
Hey,
they have some live footage.
Hey, we don't even have no fossils of Bigfoot.
Because they in the fourth dimension. When I saw that reptilian, that shit,
they have them, man. They caught them. They have live Bigfoot.
Even give a fuck that I seen it. This shit me. You better stay where you at.
Man, what's wrong, Anna? Your phone is tripping.
Mine?
No, Anna. Anna phone tripping.
I think she's sleeping and the phone's in her.
I sent her a message, but she's not responding.
Yeah.
I just disconnected her, bro. It's all good.
There you go.
Damn, Master Creative. Master Creative. I gotta make sure nobody gonna catch no mixed bill. You say he kicked her up out of
like your phone ain't working. Get that shit straight, then, baby. You know you can come back. Hopefully it's working now.
What the fuck? Oh,
yeah, your phone was tripping. It was making too much noise, and we live on YouTube right now. It was making a gang of noise. I don't know what you was doing.
Yeah, I just went on voice isolation. Changed my voice settings.
Oh, it sounded like you had it in your pocket.
Oh,
wait, what did he say? He said that's the dude. What dude? He said Salvia Salvia Live was great. Yeah, that Salvia one was funny as hell, bro. That dude you wanted to hear for what he was saying. What he was saying. We do have fossils of Bigfoot. What? Giganticus exists. Having said we do got fossils of Bigfoot though, Big Chill. I'm about to say Bigfoot fossils.
I got cement here. Remember the ones I have here at my house outside? Where the cement, I cemented the fucking Bigfoot. They're huge, man.
Man,
I got 7 footprints out here. I didn't make them.
Bro, I do not. I'm looking at the. Come on now. They're doing too much.
I tell you, True. You come up here, I'll take you to place. I guarantee you. I guarantee you 100%. There's no money. I don't bet humans. But you come up here, I'll take you northern Ontario, and I will take you to a place where there's many Bigfoot, True. You don't want to spend money there.
That's it. Every little thing you see running around.
For free, brother. I'll get food, but I don't have no guns. I don't have a gun license, so I can't have guns. We can get a crossbow and nothing, but I can't carry guns.
Ain't nobody looking for you, so that's why you ain't got.
But don't be afraid, man. Don't be afraid. That's all.
I'm looking at these Bigfoot fossils of the Bigfoot feet, though. It's the feet.
Search Northern Ontario Bigfoot. See if Buddy pops up that takes New York senators out there, and you'll see like Bigfoot gorillas.
Like we got fossils of dinosaurs. I don't even think them are real.
Ontario Bigfoot or Sasquatch. It all depends. But it's Northern Ontario Bigfoot.
I feel like Sun Tzu. I don't believe none of this shit.
Let me see if they show it.
Northern Ontario, you can see anything. That still don't mean it's special.
Let me see what they're showing. Let me see.
Like who talk about Bigfoot? What I mean, you gotta look.
Yeah.
Like we here trying to figure out if Bigfoot's here. We here. Who the fuck is us?
Yeah. Who is we?
The fuck is you? You don't even know why they get up and go. They just get up and go. They talking about a Bigfoot flow. The water do that shit.
Ozo communicated with the Bigfoot.
Who?
Remember that, Drew?
Who did?
Ozo.
Yeah, Ozo. Yeah, I remember that. Man claims he found Bigfoot skull. But he won't let him X-ray it.
See it? They took his videos off YouTube. They don't have it.
But I see one right here, Big Chill. Bigfoot skull found in Canada. See, Canada started all that Bigfoot stuff.
Because this shit really has been seen.
Sasquatch.
And it ain't ended. It's just been seen. It's an appearance.
Hi.
It ain't like tomorrow rain out of the sky.
Oh, wow. We gotta watch this. We got hold on. Let me share it with Discord real fast. I haven't seen this one. Let me make it go a little bit fast. I haven't seen this one, Awoken one. Is this the follow-up? How'd you find this video, bro? This the follow-up from Salvia experience. I have to watch this real fast. Let me see.
So that's the one where he's going crazy.
Yeah. I want to see what he gonna say. What the hell happened? See, I go 125, so we don't get in trouble.
Head.
just start again like that.
That was bad. Hi, I'm a pie-faced Munson, Beano girding, current head. And this is the follow-up video from my Salvia video. I'm a pie-faced, Beano girding, Munson head. And I'm about to smoke Salvia at an ugly Christmas sweater party. Look at everybody! We're all there! Before I hit the bong, I already had a few beers, so that's why I sounded kind of retarded. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, seriously, keep toking it, poke it hard,
really say
and
that?
hold it in. You should start feeling it before you exhale.
Well, no, as you're exhaling, you'll feel it.
Were you like keen or not keen at all?
Well,
That's why I think I got bombed.
I wanted to, but at the same time I was pretty nervous. Like,
And,
well, not really.
Pass the bomb to Joel. As
I was more keen than nervous, but I was still nervous. But you can see in the whole video at the beginning, I was smiling and I was ready. I was just like, I don't know what's gonna happen.
We're good to go.
And it's funny because in the video, when you watch me laugh, like right after I take the hit, I don't even remember laughing like that. So
hold it in long.
I was gone before the smoke was out of me, pretty much.
So hold the ball. Hold the ball.
And you see my eyes start to go cross-eyed. I got a goofy smile on my face too, right there. Yeah, there. And then I keel over. That's not.
So you thought you were like dead here?
Yeah, but it's probably because of beer. Because you definitely shouldn't mix Salvia.
With anything?
Anything. It was only like 3 or 4
What
beers.
did you see, bro? Come on now.
Honestly, I wasn't aware of that at all. I was somewhere else. I didn't feel like I was dying or I did
It could be the very
but I didn't know it.
or
It's
could
almost
be
like when you smoke Salvia.
I don't think it's an allergy. No,
It's like you're reborn in a way, but like you die and then you come back to life. But it's like fucked up. Also, another way I could describe it is, from my experience, like I don't think a lot of people are gonna get this experience because if you watch this and see how weird I am compared to everyone else on YouTube, it's obviously because I drank before I smoked it, and that makes your trip way more intense.
I don't know. You can't say for sure that.
Well,
that's
it's
why.
probably why though. I could try it without drinking beforehand, but I don't think that what happened is gonna happen again.
Like,
I don't really want to try it just in case though.
Well, I do have more if you want to try it again.
We'll see. Anyone who's like listening to this right now is probably like, you're stupid. Don't do that. Look at you. You almost died.
Look at you right here. Calvin, still keen?
Kind of.
Calvin is crazy. Like, He does this right after I'm like retarded for 30 minutes.
He's breathing.
Oh, he's fine. He's fucking tripping hard.
Yeah.
Holy
shit.
So this round when I started drooling. I don't remember drooling. Like, pretty much what happened, like,
you can see the spot cracking right now.
the first thing I remember when I was gone was
It's like the slowest reaction to it ever.
the whole room spiraled into like a color or two. Like it was like a yellowish greenish spiral, like in front of my eyes, and I couldn't see anything else. And then while it was all spiraling, I see black dots every like in the spots where people were sitting. There were black dots that were their heads. I couldn't see anybody. I could just see a black dot, black dot, black dot, black dot, black dot. And that's all I saw for a while. Like I don't know how long it was, but it was doing that. And then eventually, it was like I was in a dream, I guess, and I don't remember a lot about it because it was so long and it was so quick, I guess, because it was like living. It felt like I lived for a year in like 15 minutes, which is fucked up.
Yeah. What's up with these when you started to giggle here?
I don't know. I wasn't having a good time wherever I was. I like this part.
You fucking drool and shit.
Yeah, but I like the noise I make. And this part, like. At least I'm not screaming like Calvin.
Yeah.
It's okay, buddy. It's okay.
Calvin was like.
This reminds me of the time that I used to hang out with people with Down syndrome.
Harvey's like, this reminds me of when I used to hang out with people with Down syndrome.
I think it's wild when you just have a trip like that and you can't remember nothing you've seen.
He's from my.
And my lips started doing that like
Josh,
kind of thing,
right
like I don't know.
How you feeling, buddy? How you feeling?
Still not all the way out. Once he opens his eyes, he's starting to come down.
Your eyes start to open.
Yeah, well.
They was open the whole
anyways,
time.
like back to what I saw.
How you feeling?
I don't know. I'm still kind of up for it.
It was kind of like, I want to say it was like being in a hospital bed and looking up and seeing like not doctors, but like you guys, but it wasn't you guys. Like I don't know. And it felt like there was like a whole like kind of like green like glow. Like it's like when you said I can't remember if you said it was mushrooms or when you did Salvia, you could only see like yellow.
Yeah.
That's what it was like kind of for me, but I could just see like a green for a while. And like people trying to talk to me, but like
look at Calvin here. He's just like sitting there, fucking like so intrigued with his hand on his face, like smiling.
He's just like, yeah, I'm gonna have a good time. Obviously, it doesn't look like I'm having a good time though. And like right around this spot's the spot where like I guess I started to get coherent again, and I tried to stand up, but I don't remember doing this. And I look like really scared too, because like I remember in the trip it was really weird because it was like it felt like I got trapped in whatever was happening, and like I couldn't move. But obviously I was moving in real life, but in the dream I wasn't moving.
Man.
And like
he's so out of it. It's so funny.
Wow. I remember something about like my parents and school. Like, oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, besides the fact that Salvia is like being like dying and coming back to life, it's also like I felt like my trip. It kind of taps into like the very back of your memory, like it rewinds your whole memory, and you relive your whole life.
Yeah, your whole life.
In like 15 minutes. So that's why
It was about Mariah.
Oh, yeah,
so get him the fuck off me.
Who knows what I was seeing then? I'd like to know. But yeah, I was like, just like I said, like going to far distant memories back in your head and then coming back out of it. I don't know. For me, anyways, that's what it was like. And then eventually, I started to see really weird shit. There was a point where, after all that spiral and shit was gone, there was like, just like, everything was white, and a red rectangle started to just slide right in front of me, like in front of my vision. Excuse me. And while that triangle slid over there were circles coming, and like just a bunch of different shapes, and didn't make any sense at all. And it was like all transparent within the rectangle with the white background. And I was just looking at it, and like I didn't know what to think of it. I was just like, okay, I'm in a different world, and I'm gonna just accept it. That's like basically what I thought to myself. And then I don't know. Eventually, it went away. Like the reason I seen all this stuff is because my eyes were closed. That's why I seen shit, because my eyes were closed. If my eyes were open the whole time, I would have. Well, I don't know if I would have seen you guys or not.
In the end, was it a good experience or a bad one? Or like, what would you say?
Well, it's funny because it looks like I was dying, but I didn't think I was gonna die. But after watching the video, it kind of freaked me out a lot. Like, I can't believe that happened to me. I was actually in a mental, well, not mentally retarded, but physically I was retarded. I guess it looks mental too.
Would you recommend it to anyone?
Don't mix. Oh, don't mix.
All right.
Who knows though? Because there might be people that have mixed and they haven't even had what I had. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And I don't know. Like, anyone who has drank and smoked Salvia and has had a fucked up experience like this, but just didn't have the guts to put it on YouTube, leave a comment. Just, I know what you felt.
That's wild how he said his his memory, like his life replayed. Like, bro, I did that off shrooms. It's like the weirdest shit, because I seen myself as, like, when I was 1 year old. I seen myself when I was like 7 and 8 and 9. It's like all these years they just start coming back. But I'm looking at myself from up above though. Like it was like the wildest shit. I'm seeing me, my brother, and my sister walk to the store, and I'm like going, "Oh shit, I remember that day." And it's like you see all your fucking memories of your whole life, bro. It's almost like it's weird because, in a sense, it seems like you created your every step without knowing that's what you were doing. It didn't seem like that, but that's basically what was happening, to where every moment that was created, you created it from the moment that you created before. And it was like, it was the weirdest shit. That's weird, bro.
Hey, True, you know it's like
the lives before this life. This life is something that you don't even see, really. You don't even want to see. You don't pay attention.
Hi, my name's Robert.
Hey, True, but
You be seeing the lives before this shit. That's why that motherfuckers doing all that crazy shit. He ain't seen
but check this out though. Check this out.
All this shit.
At the same time, on that replay, you notice that when you have that experience, there is no tomorrow, but everything is just in like in a straight line.
Yeah. Yeah, what about it? Did you?
Might have cut out.
Oh, damn.
It's simple, bro. If you listen carefully to what we just listened to, he said when he looked at his friends, he didn't see his friends. He's seeing other people.
Yeah.
All right. And what we be saying every day, we ain't here. Oh, it ain't us. We ain't doing it. Da, da, da. So, and then when you go over there, what you see, the real shit. So what we saying, the same shit. You feel me?
Yeah, the same shit. Cause like when I was off the ayahuasca and the mushrooms, like when I looked at Master Creator, them, it wasn't Master Creator. This nigga had on a brown robe, bro, with the hood over his head, and like all I could see was like this crazy ass looking star on his forehead shining so bright to where I couldn't even see his face, and he talking to me, and I'm trying to figure out who the fuck is this. He laying on his side just talking to me. And I'm like, what the fuck, bro? That shit is crazy. But I did the all white thing too, to where everything just went white. And all I could see was my tent. I couldn't see nothing else. Everything was just white. It was just like a white canvas. And I'm like going, how the hell? I had to use the restroom and shit. Bro, that shit is wild.
I guess the white thing is the spot where you create anything from. Like when you open up your Oculus, it sends you in a room. You feel me? And then it transforms into whatever you want to tune into. That's the mind.
Yeah. But that last one with Rob and them, I'm telling you, that shit was crazy, bro. Like I could see, like I was looking into the clouds. I could see my whole life, how it played out, what happened. Like I could see other lives I lived, but this one right here was like, I don't know, it was just more fascinating to me as I was seeing it, because it was like, like what the fuck? Like, and it was like even my memory, like my seeing my past life was still like a fucking reflection. It was like, it was weird, bro. I don't even know how to explain that shit. That shit was just another reflection of a reflection of a reflection. And I'm watching it happen, and I'm just like going, wait, hold on. Like even the mountains and shit was just a reflection of me. It was, that shit is crazy.
Staring at yourself. Matching up, syncing up.
Syncing up too much. But hold on, let's get into this.
I see this, I see that, but it's me.
Yeah, it's me. It's all me. Like everybody and everything was just like a reflection of my mind. It was like nothing more than that. Like even though it was outside of me, it didn't seem like that.
Anything else other than that, really.
It's like it's all
if you
inside.
really think about it, I don't know.
It's
We're
all
thinking.
inside of you. Because when you look, when it's all inside of you, that you won't see no outside of you. Just all inside.
Yeah, you just see yourself. It's like even right now, sitting right here in front of the computer, it's like I'm looking in a mirror, but I don't know it's a mirror that I'm just looking into. So everything that I'm seeing, and I think, you know, that's what they explain, like with the consciousness and how it comes in contact with certain things. Like all of it is just like a mirror. And it's like, bro, like that shit was wild as shit. Like I can understand it. I just can't explain it.
A mirror is a
You know,
word concept and all of that stuff. You know, you got to think
like-
about it even deeper. What the fuck is a mirror? You know,
It's like a mirror. You
yeah,
know
it's
what?
a reflection, but what's a
like-
reflection? What it's showing, what it's really doing. What's
It's
the
like
Yeah.
the mirror. It's like the mirror. It's like space and time and space.
It's no escape.
It's between.
The fuck we
It's
talking
because
about?
it's between. It's between. Because
you at?
remember, time
You know
and
who you
space
is?
is within you. But then the out. It's like the out is that reflection of space and time. It's like both. It's like space and time and space. It's right there. It's like a mirror between these two. The reflection. Because okay. Oh, go ahead.
It's just that shit is crazy, bro. And when I think about it, it make me think I'm losing my goddamn mind. That's what it make it seem like. Like, bro, you like losing your mind if you just stay stuck in that right there. But
news
in a
is we
sense,
ain't gotta just the mind, you know. So that's
yeah,
the good. Gotta worry about.
but in a sense, I understand it. Like that's the wild part is I understand it. It's just
you know it, bro.
Yeah.
Is the whole shit that you know every single bit.
It's just as I'm looking at it, I try to grasp what part of me is these certain things that I'm looking at. Okay, what aspect of that is me? What aspect of that is me? What aspect, what part of me is that?
Not you though. You know what I mean? Like, where is the separation coming from? What aspect of that is not you? It's the way how they train us to talk. That's kind of, you know, but you know it.
Yeah. That's the way they train you. Like it's all separated, but it's weird because many a time Shroom showed me that this thing is just one thing. It's not really no separation between anything.
No separation.
Yeah, like it ain't
even before you start to think.
Yeah, it's just like wait.
That's why I'm like, yo.
All right, wait, hold on. Let's go into this Salvia trip real fast and see what this dude. He get to explain this one right here that we had seen that last time.
For those of you who saw my first video, my first Salvia trip, which was really crazy. It was done 2 years ago, and I got a lot of feedback from the people who watched it, and they want to know what I went through. And I said, well, how do I tell people? Because I'm not really allowed to comment back on YouTube. So I thought I'd make another video, and this is it. This is 2 years later. I'm a crazy experimenter. I saw this show on Tubi. It's called Hamilton Pharmacopoeia. And this guy, Hamilton, he likes to try exotic drugs and tells you what they're all about, where they come from, how to use it, blah, 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 what happens. And I'm a product of the 70s, and I had a few little acid trips. So I watched this special that he had on Salvia. Denorum, something like that it's called. It's a leaf, it's a green leaf, it looks something like the coca leaf. And it's grown in Mexican hills of Mexico somewhere. So he goes up there to investigate this plant. And he meets up with a bunch of Mexicans and a lady shaman who told him about the leaf of, and they treat it as a spiritual thing. They don't smoke it like we do. They drink it, they eat it. So he goes there to experiment with it, and he first tries to drink it, and he thought it was nothing. The taste was horrible. So the second time, they take him back out, and they make him go through this ritual, and this time he rolls it up, the leaf, and he eats it. And sure enough, she's praying over him, and she's giving blessings and everything, and she's putting him into a mental state of calmness, and he just finally feels it, and he's in heaven. I mean, it sounded like he was having an orgasm. And I said to myself, ooh, I gotta check this stuff out. So I go on the internet, and I find that I can get this stuff legally on the internet. So it comes in strengths of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, up to 100. And God, who would do that? You have to get your money. So I ordered 20. Figured, okay, 20, let's try 20 strength. So, as you can see from my first video, I took one poke, and I held it, just like I used to when I smoked marijuana as a kid, and let it out, and I'm staring up into the ceiling of my room where I was, and everything started to flutter, and zip, I was gone. The room left, and now I found myself in this room with escalators going all sorts of up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And it was in black and white and red. It was like red all over with black and white stairways. And, that wasn't so bad. But the part when I wanted to get up and leave, the hands kept pushing me down. They wouldn't let me go. That's what was bugging me out. It was like, oh, shit, these hands won't let me go. And I'm trying to get out. Excuse me. And they're not letting me. So as you can see, I'm fighting to get off the floor of my room, and my wife's helping me get up, and I'm saying, I can't get out, I can't get out. So I finally get up, and she puts me on the couch, and I'm bugging out still. I'm still seeing the room. I can't see anything in my own house, and I'm just bugging. And this went on for about 10 minutes until slowly it started wearing away, slowly. And that's when you see me talking a little bit more, and I'm freaking out, going, oh my God, I can't believe that just one poke of this stuff did that to me. So that's what it did. Now, everybody has a different trip, depending on who you're with, depending on what you're doing, how many people are around you. I've seen some videos, and I don't like when there's like 4 or 5 guys around there making fun of the guy, because that puts you in an anxious state, and you're not really enjoying the trip. You're just freaking out because everybody's laughing at you. So I don't care for those videos. I think what I did was pretty cool, because it was just me and my wife, and I told her to videotape me. No matter what happens, videotape me. I got to see what this does. So she was a pretty good videographer, even though the comments on YouTube were, she's horrible, oh my God, she's a monster. She didn't know, and I didn't know what it was going to do. She didn't know either. She was kind of scared for me, so I can't really blame her. I think she did an excellent job with the camera. That's why I posted it, because the camera work was so good. I said, I got to put this on.
Oh, that is crazy. Hey, have you ever been in the escalator place, Rob?
No, I have not. I have not been in that escalator place. That's a new one to me.
Yeah, I see that it was like stairs though, like going all different kind of ways. Like that shit is crazy. Well, who is this dude?
Yeah.
He said, my journey into the absurd. Oh, this one. Awoken one shared this one. Let's dive into this one.
Hey, guys. It's been a long time.
Oh, man, it's low.
Lex. I'm trying to do something a little bit different with my channel. In the past, I guess it was...
It's kind of low, bro. I can't even... Content. I can hear it, but y'all not going to be able to hear it.
I don't know if I'll start a second channel, but this is at about 7. But anyway, I remember the first thing that always hit me, and hits me still, is the smell, this just smell of salvia when you take a hit, when you burn it. It's just this, I don't know how to describe it. It's a sensory kind of, for me, it's kind of an emotionally connected smell, like when you smell something from your childhood, and it just zips you back to some distant memory, but you can't locate the memory. You don't really know why, and that's a continuous aspect of salvia too, is this continual forgetting and trying to remember something, and this just constant sense of deja vu. Like you've had this or smelled this before, you've experienced this before.
That's DMT.
I remember my whole face felt really, really hot, like flushed, and I could experience. I felt, and I'm not sure if I really did, but it was like I had sweat just dripping down my face, and my mouth got a little numb. This jazz record.
Yeah, it's kind of low. You the one sent this.
Completely.
It's low. You can't turn it up no more. I got the volume all the way up. Awoken one. That's as loud as it go. It don't go no louder than that.
This reality and this feeling like I made this sound like a duck. I was like, like there was some flappiness on my lips. My face felt. I had this sense like there was this duck. It sounds funny, but it was just fucking alarming and weird. And I'd have to contribute it to the music.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. You have to send another one. Yeah, you can't. It's no problem. I hear it, bro. Yeah, that's as loud as it can go.
Played that Oscar Peterson record has this certain. It's called Soul Espanol. Again, great record too, by the way. If you want to pick this up, I'm thinking about doing some album reviews. Pretty good looking gal in the front too. Oscar Peterson, famous jazz pianist. I felt his like keyboards, or his piano playing. When I went into this other place, it was basically like this kind of weird duck land, and everything around it. It was almost like this. I have a consistent experience where I go into like a Sesame Street kind of realm. Some of you have heard my ill-fated Salvia rap, because it's not. I think it's
the Sesame Street realm.
Just going back to like Sesame Street, kind of. There's this bright colored, like city landscape. It looks kind of like, I think, Brooklyn or the Bronx, where they shot like Sesame Street, that old 1980s New York neighborhood feel with the red brick and brown brick buildings and the stoops and all of that. And there's this duck kind of sense, like these flapping kind of walking like as the music's just going on, and it's a very happy song. Whether it was the first side or the second side, the album's pretty upbeat, and catchy, but it's very. I don't know. It had a sense. It made everything kind of silly. Like, I had this feeling like some old cartoon, like with ducks walking around, like with big, huge feet, and just absurd kind of shit. I'm just reading some of these notes. So yeah, there was just this. Also, that when the Oscar Peterson's keyboard technique too, it really, like, I remember seeing the whole street as if it was a fluctuating, undulating, big, huge, like it was a keyboard itself, like it was the keys of a piano, just woo 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 woo, just to the music perfectly, and it was just really bizarre. I mean, I've taken quite a number of psychedelics in my life, and I think I'm a pretty strong supporter of psilocybin and taken properly, and I think you can get a lot out of these things. LSD, I've taken that, even mescaline once, which was great. But I kind of realized, it was also, I see in my notes here, it was like the whole street was sliding and moving in a wave of piano keys, and I could see these old style, like the metal trash cans. Those always remind me of the Sesame Street landscape for some reason. But I kind of realized I could like come back just by opening my eyes, sort of. And I was like, oh, and I kind of opened my eyes. And as I was like coming back, I was like, wow, I could change this whole landscape with like any music I play. I had this weird idea, and I haven't really tried it, because if you know anything about Salvia, it's not really like, I don't really consider it a drug. I think it's like a, it's a plant that was put here by whatever ancient being decided to bestow these things on the planet. That we're probably supposed to gain something out of this. But I realized, like, in my head, I thought, man, I could really like change the landscape of a Salvia trip just by, changing up finding a really good. And I know a lot of people listen to like kind of just pretty basic beats, like low in the background, kind of some of the channels that I used to watch before I ever experimented with this. So that's basically the first trip that I ever had, and I immediately was having to. I felt like I had to tell people about this, like, because it's just not.
Hey, that's wow, bro. You just go to the Sesame Street world. Sesame Street. It's like, wait, hold on. What other adventures he got? Yeah, some more.
A young student came up.
Man, all of them is low, bro. All of them is low though. They real low. I don't. It do.
It is fun. Like,
go ahead.
You can be like a real logical, scientific minded person, and it's funny when you take something like that and it just gets silly, like straight up silly. Like he was talking about it. It does the almost like Daffy Duck effect or something. It just starts blabbering like something completely random that is not, you wouldn't associate with your personality or something in your subconscious, like something completely from left field shows up. That's what happened to me at Joshua Tree with the DMT trip.
Yeah.
And I can't remember if I told you guys, but or no, I know I didn't tell it on the story after, but when I still held the smoke, and before I launched, like just a quick recap, I went through several gates. They're like these Roman heavenly gates that I went through, and every gate I went through was another dimension, was another world. But before I even showed up to the first gate, was I felt like two jesters went to each one of my ears, like my left ear and right ear, and it I'm gonna have to censor it to not cuss, but it was like zing whatever, and I was like, it I cannot come close to replicating it. It sounded like they said every word in every language that ever existed in like 3 seconds.
Dang.
And it started off slow, and the only word that I actually caught toward the beginning was MFer. That was the only one that I actually, the only part I understood. And the rest of it was every language that ever existed just being blurted out. And when it did that at the end of it, it was at the end of his blabber, it was like, and got to that high pitched ring.
Yeah.
And then I launched. But that was a wild slingshot effect. Like if you were to grab a slingshot and pull back on it, it's like that time that you're pulling back on that slingshot, getting ready to shoot it. That was like the time that I heard all those words, and then it let go, and I was launched. Like into the first gate, into the first round. But I didn't even remember that part on the video. Like we took a video a few minutes after, and it was a couple days later. I was like, oh yeah, the jesters actually showed up, and like it was like they were in my ear, like in both of my ears. But that was pretty wild. But I just remember that whenever this dude talked about just the Daffy Duck sounds instead of blabbering, like you can get some wild stuff like that just pops up so randomly. And whatever that blabber is or whatever noise you hear, that can launch you into another world. Like And that's one thing that's interesting about tripping. Somebody can say one word, or in your trip, the mushrooms can tell you one word, and that one word in itself will launch you in a whole nother realm.
Yeah, in a
Will
whole
launch you in
nother
a whole.
place. That shit is wild. Like I seen cartoon shit before. Like a few times.
Yep.
A few times I seen cartoon shit. One time I seen this cartoon dog. That shit was dancing and it was like a big ass disco ball just spinning. That was off 4ACO. Or I don't know if it was off the 4ACO or if it was off the Lucy.
Yeah, yeah.
Because even on the Lucy, like I do the same thing. Like I just lay down with my eyes closed and kind of just let it take me.
Yep.
Okay, but he said this one. So no one sitting for the pacifist. What? Arnachrist? First Salvia trip. Okay, let's see. Let's check this one out. After this, I'm about to have to head out because I got to get up and go to work.
All right, hey everybody. We are here, me and my friend, the pacifist anarchist. And we are doing some salvia. This is actually take 2. The first take didn't do a whole lot. There wasn't much to it. So we put a little bit more in here, and he's gonna try again and see if we can get something notable.
Fingers crossed, yo. Fingers crossed.
That's what I like when they looking for the experience.
He has 0 experience with salvia, but quite a bit of experience with tripping in general. So
most definitely.
We're kind of seeing how this affects a person like that. And so this is 60X from the Dragon. So we'll see what's up.
Dragon.
Grip it and rip it.
Yep.
Oh dang. Oh, I can't even play it because the music. So I gotta wait. I get in trouble. Wait and see what happens. It's wild because they like the music, Rob, listening to different music, how the music could consume you also. Like I was listening to that one Jay-Z song with the one rock singer. Boy, that shit had me in heaven. I was literally in heaven. Like what the hell? That shit was crazy as hell. It's kind of cool to that the music can change the whole vibe of the experience.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can sometimes you can literally feel the artist. Like who was it? Maybe Duke Ellington, Louis Armstrong, some of those old jazz singers.
Yeah.
I remember listening to one of the songs and it felt like I was sitting there on the piano next to him. Like or you just feel the energy of that person. Like that whatever energy that is coming through that song, you just like become that energy. And it's hard to explain. Anybody can feel music, but sometimes when you're tripping, you listen to that music, it's almost like it takes you back in time to when that song was created.
Yeah, that's what happened when I listened to Bootsy. Like I was like next to like off the 4ACO, I was in the 70s party, bro. I looked down, I had on some fucking bell-bottom corduroys, some brown bell-bottom corduroys, and I'm in the party, and they on stage singing the song, and I'm like, what the hell? I was trying to look for a mirror so I could see myself and see what I look like, but I couldn't find no mirror, like, in the house that I was in. It was, like, the wildest thing. But I think that's the thing, like, what people say about set and setting. They don't understand that it's not just physical. Like to me, it started getting more mental. So if depending on your headspace, and some music will put you in that right headspace, in the perfect headspace for the experience.
Yep. Yeah, that's why, especially with inexperienced trippers, I'll try to pick a playlist that's like really, really smooth and like chill music.
Yeah.
To help first timers or ones that are still pretty early or ones that get spooked easily. Because just it could be one line, because you listen a lot of times. You listen to lyrics a lot closer when you're tripping, and one bar can send somebody in a direction that they don't need to go.
Exactly, because it seems like, like it's like you said, you become the song. So it's like whatever you listening to, you become it. That's what I be saying about the psychedelic experience. When you in there, if you let it do what it do, you will become the experience, and the experience it won't be separate from yourself, because it's not separate from you. Like you'll become one with the experience, and everything that you see on the experience, you will become it. And it's like the wildest thing, but it'll once I started coming out those 4 ACO trips, like, bro, it seemed like every song I listened to, no matter what I was watching, if I was talking to somebody, if I was watching a movie, like it all was talking to me. It was all talking to me, which was talking to life and explaining life and telling life what it actually was. And it's like everybody was singing to that thing that was life. And it was like, what the like, bro, that shit is wow. But it's dope. Wait, hold on. What is he saying now?
Off like a thought.
Yeah.
We're still you look fine. You didn't just.
Yeah, I can't play this because I want to play it, but I can't play it because they got music in it. I get a copyright strike. I get a copyright strike, but I gotta go anyway, Rob. Y'all, I gotta go. Like, dang, we've been on 3 hours. I gotta go.
Yep.
Yeah, I gotta get up early. But good looking out. Thanks for
True.
stopping by, Rob.
All right, Rob.
Master Creator.
All
right, Sun Tzu. All right, Big Chill. All right, everybody on YouTube. I'ma holla.
Peace.
Yeah, and all right, y'all have a good one, man. And I'll be back tomorrow. Because I ain't got to work on Sunday, so we'll run another long one. So this time, man, get y'all videos together. If you got videos that we're gonna play on the live, make sure there's no music in it. If there's no music, we can play them. We can talk about them all day, because like, I kind of like when y'all do that, because then it takes us away from talking about all the other stuff, and it keeps us on the psychedelic experiences. So, Awoken One, Snail Horseplay, y'all do that, man. Come with the videos that ain't got no music in them that we can play, and then we can play them and actually talk through them, and then bring up our experiences that we had that are close to it. So I thank y'all for doing that, because it did get us back into